keep on it together like that. There, look.
Steve officials.
Oh, Steve. Are you on Steve? Like I say, guys, I thought Steve, the other one was saying the things about Steve were true. And I said profusely, basically begged him to forgive me for believing the lies what was spouting out from that Irish fucking prick. And I love that lad, Steve. He's the real deal. That man's did nothing wrong. He came all the way from Telford to me to see me, my wife, and stay there with us all day and helped us, you know. So he's a really good lad. And he's got the proof. What Emma's been talking about, we've been talking about all on his channel. It was on last night. If you take a pop when you finish watching this, pop over to Official Topic Truth, and you'll see how many people this lies comes out with this man. He must call 30, 40 people in a week. 30 to 40 different podcasters he's slagging off from his mouth, blabbing off. So anyway, Steve, I love you a bit, son. Your missus, look, we're always here for you, me and Emma. God bless you, son. Right, let's go on. Jonathan Carlin, another fantastic lad. Spotted on Freedom. Yeah, you're right. Freedom's a great lad, guys. Johnny Jump. There's only one Johnny Jump. Kiss ass and chew gum. I'm all out of gum. Kiss ass or chew gum. I'm all out of gum. I like that one. It's funny that. Steve Mac. My eyes still watering. I think I burnt my eye, you know, on that sunbed yesterday. Look at how red it is. Paul Creswell, another great lad. Freedom, I've got them before. Nightmare. So, Rob, again, Steve Mac, Freedom. Hangman Norditz, another great lad. Smashed the like buttons. Kevin Jones, Evening All. Even Kevin. Dan, XR2I, Freedom. Yes, man. Ange Beatty, Evening. Sound, Steve, Sound, Brian, Emma. Yeah, we're okay. I'm an artist, another great lad. Donna, hello, Donna, love. Hope you're okay. Jonathan Carlin, that's at the bottom now. Anthony Lunn. I think that she's all on. I've done these all. My eyes are stinging, proper stinging. You can feel it. I can feel them pouring water. Been up there all night, that right side, left side there, but you know, this side, just pouring all night. There's lots of colds going about. Somebody said it all. Summer colds, they're calling or something. Loads of people. I was watching a United stand last night about Man United, and he was the same. His eyes were pouring. So any question? So I'll just put a few things on here. So I've showed you about wiping out all them papers you've seen yesterday about 20 different stories in the newspapers there from over the years. So I've got murder trial ones upstairs and stuff like that. But he was saying the little horrible one. We don't call his name no more. The so-called awful one. He said it's all made up. There was never a Gun Nation documentary. It was all garbage, rubbish. Never, ever did he do a documentary called Gun Nation. I've checked everywhere. And his wife said she's checked on all the computers and done everything, phoned all the people that know and done all that. So he kept saying I was a liar. But the paperwork was with Lee Watley. Well, Lee knew, because he's got it all. So he all did that and knew I did the McIntyre one. So then I did one with Ben O'Mahony, where I did one. He come to my house and videoed me in here. He did a book with me where I'm going across in Billingham where the big towers are, coal towers. I think they're down now. And I also went to Ferry Hill, the cafe where he owned, and we did a video there where I get out of a Range Rover, and you see me getting in. But the other one, that's not the one he's on about. That's what he's on about, the idiot, the little author, fake author. So he's saying, where's the other one then? Where's the other one? Now, I did it for Channel 4 Dispatches. It was called Gun Nation. So I'll just get Emma to read it out because she's a better reader than me. And you can see it here, if she can put it up.
Yeah, just going to get my
glasses.
Spectacles. Yeah.
Got a bit better since I come down.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's cold upstairs. So nothing I've been doing. We've been left the window up tonight. We woke up raining. All the windows still was soaking and everything. Just let them see that first, babe. There's two different ones. There's one called Thingy.
Right, so I
just want to show the Good Nation one first.
Is that?
No, that's British Gangsters, that one. Yeah, I'll hold that for you. This is the one he said Gun Nation was no such thing, so I'll get my name. No. As you can see there, at the very top.
No, that's better.
No, I can't see it.
That better. That.
No, I can't see it. Can't
Might
see
need
now.
to wash. Right, yeah, wipe. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better now. Go to that way though. Right, go. Yeah, it's got to go up. You're going the wrong way. You've got to go up the opposite. It's back to front seat. Yeah, channel 4. There, it's just been on.
Ah, yeah.
Channel 4. I can't see it. It's not coming up properly. Do we try and do it this way?
You hold that like that. And then I'll hold that in front of it.
Can't see it. Can't do it.
I know what, if you lay it down.
I like to get the
Coming
profile.
on now.
Yeah, channel 4. So you've gone too far up though. Can't see. Yeah, there. Channel 4. Dispatches. There it is. There. Gun Nation. Gun Nation. This never existed. This is all made up my fantasy head. So you can read out what the person says on that for us, Emma.
Right, it says
What they always
Channel
do.
4 dispatches gun crime working title. It's a 1-hour documentary looking at the extent, causes and effects of gun crime in the UK, how are weapons obtained and what steps have been taken to tackle the problem, with reference to a successful investigation. Description, Cockerill Media, a description of contributions, interview, contributors name, Brian Cockerill. Thank you for agreeing to contribute to the above programme. Cockerill Media Limited is producing this programme for Channel 4, which has or is linked with several other channels and services. This form gives Cockerill Media the right to use the whole part of the contributions in all media markets throughout the world, and in doing so will help Channel 4 to maintain its position as a leading public service broadcaster. We very much hope to use your contributions. You were signed to do Cockerill Media, the copyright and all other rights and the contributions for use in all the media now known which developed in future. You can confirm that your contributions will not infringe the copyright or similar rights of any third party. In the light of the need of television production for flexibility, you agreed that Cockerill Media may edit, adapt or translate your contributions, and you may waiver your moral rights. Cockerill Media Limited will be liable for any loss or damage to you or your property, but only if it's directly connected with this engagement and caused by Cockerill Media's negligence. You agree that your contributions will not bring Cockerill Media or the channel into dispute, but you will not be liable in respect of anything without negligence or malice on your behalf. If you agree with the terms set out above, please return and sign.
Which I did do, and this is like the second one you get, So I'll just leave that one there now. So he said talked about that one. I'll give you a rest. So he said, I never done that. Good Nation. It's all in his fantasy head. It's all made up. Now what happened is they were doing like the Manchester lads, the lads in Manchester in it, Paul Massey's people and all them, like they're down there. So they were in it. There was a lad called Steve from down there who I knew from jail. He was in. He now goes around and helps kids in homes and stuff. And he was saying the guns are terrible, this, that, and the other, and we've got to get them off the streets. And I was saying the same up here. I was saying it was me who stopped the guns coming up here in the 80s when they were bringing them from Manchester. I stopped the lads. I said, look, lads, I don't want them up here. And it stopped the Liverpool lads and the Newcastle lads and the lads from people like Birmingham, places that were trying to sell guns up here and Bradford. So Freedom, thank you very much. You're a legend. Anthony Lunn, you're a legend too. Thank you very much, guys. Just in the moment there. So all this time he's been calling me a liar for 4 years and making all this shit up. Blah, 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 blah. So there it is there. The full truth. So when we came, the lady was called Margaret and both of them were Scottish. One of them you see him on in the Serengeti where he's a cameraman where he does the lions. I said, I've seen you before on the lion thing. He went, yeah, that's me. So he was talking to me. He was Scottish as well. So I said, he's one out the week, guys. They were starving. She said, yeah, can I said, what is one? What type of sandwich? Ham sandwich or something. Have you got any jam? I went, jam and bread. That's what we used to have as kids. I love it. It's my favourite thing. So I made her a jam bread sandwich. And I made him something to eat. I gave him a ham sandwich. And they had something to eat. Anyway, they were doing it. And so what we were doing it in the living room. So I had two settees then, 2 4-seaters. And they were sitting, couldn't get the angle. So you wouldn't believe where they did it. You see, just out here, my doorway here, when you go in, they put me in a chair there, facing the living room. And he went right back, moved the settee forward and got me from that angle. So I'm in the passageway and the angle's perfect. That's perfect. He said, so I'm in there and I've got a blue top on, training top, talking to him. And I said, you're coming across really, really good. So they didn't have to keep stop. So I was just asking me, I was telling my stuff. And I was telling them about this, that, and the other. Anyway, so anyway, we did the documentary, and it went out there. It went on Channel 4, Gun Nation by I think it was Dispatches. We did it. Yeah. Channel 4 Dispatches, Gun Nation, working title. Yeah. So they did that. What was the date now? Never look. Can't see the date on it. No, I didn't the date. I had to sign it, send it back, but I said there was another one to send. That's another one. So that's the Gun Nation, which I did with them. There it is, there, guys. All the fucking shit from him. Crank, absolute crank. So the crank's been showing a crank, but he is a cranky crank. Jimmy Cranky and his wife. So the great thing is, I'm making him look like a fool now. So every time he's been saying, the lies, I was never arrested for 7 murders. I showed that last night. I mirrored it out in the paper. There was no Scottish Yard bastard. It's all made up in his head. But there was no gold on him. There was no police came up with the armed response because he had a sword on the front and thought it was a real sword. It's all made up in his head. So as you know, the ones who watched the ones last night and the night before. So tomorrow I'm going to become on when I got nicked for the murder of a lad from Thornaby, Bredcar Road, just because I was in that vicinity. So I'll tell you that story tomorrow. I told you it last night a little bit. But they arrested me for that as well. But I'm in there, charged for murder, and I went to court and everything. Went to the police station, and then it went into the prosecution, looked at it and everything. And when I had to go back, it was 2 weeks, by the way, when I got nicked. I had to go back on the 16th of June, it was. I went back, and they're supposed to have a line up, and I went back and they bailed me again. It went on for 12 months. And in the end, the lad was called Glenn. What happened is when they took me to the police station, they said, they need to see you in a minute. I thought to the man, they went, we just need to check to see if you're okay. We've got a doctor here. What doctor? What do you need a doctor for? No, just make sure you're all right and all that, because if you haven't been involved, this, that, and the other, there's something not right here. So anyway, they come in, he said, just have a look in your arm. So what happened is, the lad who got robbed, they shot him in the stomach, right? And then he stabbed one of them under the armpit. So they're looking under the armpits, and an hour later, another doctor come, an Indian doctor. There's 2 doctors, a Scottish one come, bloke, and there was an Indian lady come. And she said, just check your arm, I thought. And then I realised there was something going on. But there was nothing under me, not stabbed. So I wasn't stabbed, there wasn't nothing. And like I said, they said the perpetrator was 5'7" to 5'8", and the other one was 5'8" to 5'9". I said, if you put them 2 together, that wouldn't even make one of me. So it was just all shit. But they had me on bail for, like I say, a year. But he said I made all this up. But obviously, you see the papers last night, what Emma put up. But tonight, you'll see the papers tomorrow, what I've got for that case, what I'm talking about now. So there's that one there. When Emma's ready, my beautiful wife, she'll read the other one for you. Can't do it without her. So the other one was called, I'll just tell them what I was doing in first. The other one was called British Gangsters Faces of the Underworld. And this is about Bernard O'Mahony, who was he said, he came in, he was with another lad, he was a Scottish lad who worked for a newspaper. And they took a picture of me, I'm stood with Bernard in a picture in here against this wall. And so we can't do it without the tax man. So they came, talked to me, and we did it. And I also did a book with him called Faces of the Underworld. So there was the Gangsters, Faces of the Underworld, and then there was also the documentary which I did with him, and then I did the book, which was massive. It was the 50 biggest gangsters in British history. So I was in that as well. But he said I was making that up. I made it all up. He was never with the Essex boys. It's all cuckoo shit in his head. It's all lies. Got pictures of Bernard. Bernard, I'm phone Bernard tomorrow, kind of Emma.
Yeah.
He speaks to me, Bernard. Lovely with this. Bernard O'Mahony was in the Essex boys, obviously Carl Leach and all them lot.
Which one are you now?
Just this one, look. You can have a rest after that. And
then I'll share everyone else's links after that.
Yeah.
Right, so this is British Gangsters. Can you see that now?
I'll do it. It's easy on you. You can do it. If you put it on there, I can do it. It's easy. Just put it on there, I'll do it. Just did it with the other one, it was easier. There it is there, look. British Gangsters of the Underworld. So there. So the notes on.
Right, British Gangsters, Face of the Underworld, Contributors Consent Letter. Dear Sir, the letter when you signed, you shall constitute the terms of participation in a new television series entitled British Gangsters, Faces of the Underworld. The programme we propose but do not undertake to broadcast, exhibit and otherwise exploit. You hereby irrevocably agree and consent to participate in the programme. Grant us 12 consents under the Copyright Designs and Patents Act to make the fullest use of the contribution. Grant us the right to reproduce your name and photograph by all means and in media throughout the world, and the right to edit and copy and add and take from the contribution as we see fit. You warrant and undertake to us A, that you're fully entitled to give the contribution to us, B, whether way or by flexion or gesture or otherwise you will infringe the copyright of any other right of any person, breach any contract or duty of confidence, constitute a contempt of court, defamatory or calculated to bring any broadcaster into disrepute, and all facts expressed by you and the contribution are to the best of your knowledge and belief. You confirm you shall keep confidential on any information which may come to your attention with connection to this. This agreement may be freely assigned or licensed by us, and that's by Altamar Entertainment Limited.
Yeah, which was Ben O'Mahony's company, which is, as you know, British Gangster Underworld was a TV series, which was on the television. So he did that, right? British Gangster Underworld TV series, where I'm in a Jeep. I go with my mate, was Phil Walker, who has photographs of my Cosworth when the woman hit me down Darlington Back Lane, where little Don lives, and that there. So that what do you call it?
Don't we do it?
No, okay.
You might knock it off.
Yeah, an expert, man. An expert, look. Paul Sykes Ghost.
Yeah, that's all right.
Huh?
I said, yeah. Is your Ollie Watley's in? I'm coughing like mad as well.
Cindy, hello, love, just popped in. Lee Watley, I can't say humble apple crumble. How you doing? Humble crumble. Doing it. Still top me talks there, sliding the flag.
Lee
all the
Watley.
good guys. I can't see him. Oh yeah, I can see him at the bottom, hiding away from me. Lee Watley. So.
Oh, Trap Mafia. I spoke to Trap Mafia's mum and dad today and said hello, and what lovely people you are. Thanks, Trap. Tell them. I said, are you Trap Mafia's mum and dad? Say it to them, bye.
I Trap Mafia's mum and dad. Are you okay? Love yous. I'm for Scotland, all you know. No bother, big man. They'll know I'm Scottish now. No bother. Yeah, so it's all the lies that's been made up about me, about Fantasy World, all the documentaries he's making them all. There's all the letters of all the companies. Why would you make what? And if you don't believe, you know you believe it, just go on YouTube and you'll have a look and you'll see me on there.
Yeah,
Faces of the Underworld. You'll see me getting out of the Jeep. The idiot saying it's a made-up Jeep he's made. How can you make a fucking Jeep up? He's made the Jeep look smaller, so he looks bigger getting out of the Jeep. What a fucking idiot he is. Now you look like a plonker.
Back to positive.
I'm positive.
Lee Watley ever said hi to him?
Yeah, I've said I am positive.
Good. I'm glad.
Tell my story about me, of all the shit I've had for 4 years. All the bullshit. So there's them put to bed. Billy Cunningham, Brian Emma from Billy in Ireland. Love the channel. Thank you, Billy. Thank you very much, brother. God bless you. Love the Irish. Smack the like buttons. Yeah. Let's put some more. Rob, you're a proper gentleman, a legend. Rob's helping us again there. Towards the channel, he always helps us. He's a great lad, absolutely brilliant. And a certain person was never found out by half a dozen of our subscribers have told us that a certain bullshitter was scrounging for money off our fucking people, and then trying to get them to go onto his channel to stay with him after we fucking made his channel get 1,000 subscribers. Cheeky bastard.
Have you heard what Rob said? If I don't donate to support the channel, I'll be kicked out.
Oh, yeah, I get that one, yeah.
And he
Begging
said,
over.
if you don't like it, don't tune in.
Yeah, absolutely pathetic. So all that time we were thinking there was rogue mods and everything. It was that arsehole, but we all know. We all know now, but we're only human, aren't we? You take somebody from face up, think, oh, nice lads. But, you know, look at the devil. Look at how many guises he's got. Guises mean disguises. Guises is different things. You can see the nun coming, hello, and I'm a woman of God. No, it's all bullshit. You don't know, do you, people? Till you get to know them properly.
And
when it does come out, you feel stupid.
So girl, all I'm going to say to you is I eagerly await for your doorstep in. I'll make you a cup of coffee.
I've got nothing to hide, not a thing, not one thing. Nothing to hide. I haven't got 91 on, 36 thumbs up. Don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. I forgot to tell you. Just a bit excited tonight. I'm obviously getting the proof out there. Lee Watley knows all the truth because Lee knows all the publishers. Lee's the top publisher. Lee knows all the John Blair Publishing Penguin books. These are like the biggest ones you can get. You know, you can't get any bigger unless you went to probably like somewhere like Hollywood or something. So Penguin are the biggest book company in the world. Massive, and he wrote books for them. They've been put in awards at in London, things like that. So where the books go, where he goes in this place in London, it's where the movie people go and say, I'm going to make that into a movie. I'm going to make that into a movie. That's where they get the ideas from. So they go around the London show, but only the top books get to be on that show. So
Off-road is on.
Are you, Sean? You all right?
Lee Watley is still on.
Donny boy, you all right, Donny? Official top of talk, yeah. We put. Yeah, don't forget to have a look at official topic talks video what he did last night. It'll open some people's eyes and it'll make you feel sick to the stomach. Obviously supporting this person after watching last night. People are saying to me, I don't know how anyone can subscribe or interact with that channel. Just don't know how they can do it. I agree with them, 100%. 100%. It's a fact. It's a fact. Edgar Lee. Hey, Edgar Lee. Hey, your son. Never seen you. Just done there. Goodbye. Goodbye. And press off the like button. Yes.
Lee, that's Sean who Brian tells you all about all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me have a look. Has anyone got any questions?
Yeah, it feels a bit better since I've come down here. I don't know if it's warmer down here than upstairs, I think. Yeah, my eyes been on the left eye. I was like that, reading this thing, on my phone. And so I was answering you lots of use me in my iPad. So I'm on there doing that, and then the sunbed's on. Them 2001. Ability rate you to do. So only went on for 6 minutes. Burnt me all over.
Anyone got any questions?
I've got a question. Oh, man. Yeah, wolf in sheep's clothing. The exact hangman orders. Give that man a cigar. Exactly how he is. A rat in sheep's clothing. That's what he is. A low-bellied snake in sheep's clothing. I don't know people hoodwinked.
Oh, now fend off road. You need to block that certain person. Also, it's an absolute midnight mass in it.
Yeah, pure wrong, mate. 100% wrong. Like the you know man about Sean, the horrible fuckers where you can't say no to. They're on the 999 every 2 minutes. That's what they are. It's all come out now, mate. There's an old saying my mum always says it to my dad. It always comes out in the wash, son. It always comes out in the wash. It fucking does. Sometimes it takes years. Like poor Steve, getting loads of flack and loads of shite and not doing nothing just because he stood up against that certain person. So he made all these lies up and made crap up about Steve, didn't he?
Yeah. See what Off-Road has just answered freedom for you. This is how much Off-Road knows about you. So he put Emma, what was Brian's first car he owned, and Off-Road said, little red Toyota Celica soft top.
Yeah.
Brian, what's your
Oh, someone else asked something.
Oh, yeah,
You
the next
still hammer
app-
the gym, Brian?
Yeah, I'm in there every day. I've got my own gym in the outside. I've got the bag up in the garage and everything. I've got a squat rack in the garage. I've got a pull down. I've got a long pulley, bent over row. I've got an incline, a decline. I've got the tricep push down machine. I've got about 350 pound of weights. I don't use a lot of weight. I just use lighter weights and more reps. I had a Toyota soft top.
That's your mate.
Yeah.
Brian, what's your diet when training?
I'm telling you, I only eat two big meals a day, and I have maybe 2 protein drinks, and I'll have 2 yogurts, like no yogurts, and maybe 2 pints of milk. More protein than anything else, but I'm not eating to get big. I'm just eating to maintain what I've got and keep fit. I'm a lot fitter now than I was. My blood pressures was 120 over 90 the other week, which is really good for me because it was 170 over something like 130 or something ridiculous.
The official Top Talk said, when do you think your health will allow you to get like right back into full training?
Tell you the truth, it's the topic talk. It's getting there slowly, but I might have to need another operation. I think I've just got the MRI today for a new one, but it's been referred to the hospital, so I'm just waiting for it to go in for another MRI. I think it's about the 14th one in 3 years or something I've had.
Sonny Boy is saying, have you done any exercises today, Brian? If you did, what you work on? Then resistance bands are good, aren't they?
Yeah, there is. What I would do if I was you guys, if you just want to get fit, just get 2 7 key dumbbells. That's all you need. The resistant bands, you can do everything. You can get like a mop, take the mop off the end, put the resistant bands over it, put it over your banister at the back of your banister. You've got a bench press, and you can do it pressed down. You've got an so it's like when you press down, it hits the bottom of your chest. Then you can do it like that way. Then you can do shoulder press. You can do upright rowing. You can do barbell curls with it. And you can drop that off and just grab the handle and do side laterals. Then you can do front laterals. Then you can do bicep curls. Then you can do long pulley. Then you can do neck. Then you can do back that way. You can do everything. And then you can put the mop back on the bands on the air like that. So you've got them each side. Stand there like that. Sit on your bed and squat all the way up and squat all the way back down. So you can do squats as well with it. You can do all sorts of Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Rock. All of them use them elastic training bands now because if you drop it, you don't hurt yourself because it's only an elastic band. You drop like a 20 key dumbbell. So if you're doing a 20 key dumbbell, you might get like 10 reps. So what you do, you might do a elastic band, but you might do 25 reps. So you're still getting the resistance by doing the volume. When they did a survey, 6 people trained heavy, 6 reps and lower for heavyweights. Then they did 6 weeks, people training over 20 reps. Within 6 weeks, the people who trained heavy had the same size arms and legs and physique as the people who train light and lower reps. So it doesn't matter because you're still doing the resistance because you do more reps. But really, if you're older, like my age, late 40s, 50s, I would do the resistant bands. And the dumbbells are good for side levels and things like that, finishing off with, but I wouldn't do heavy benches and squats.
Can I go mad at you a minute? Because now when I ask everyone for a question, the longer you take to answer it, the more questions you get.
I've got to answer the question.
So what's Brian's favourite song and what is Emma's? The winning songs were all our favourites, weren't they?
Yeah.
What were they again?
I don't know. I forgot.
I'm not going to explain it.
What? Explain what?
The answer.
I don't know what songs you're on about, Emma.
You said
the rave songs all the
favourite songs and what's Emma's?
Oh, the favourite songs are the rave songs I listen to on the night.
They're not the winning songs then.
Huh?
Not the winning songs then.
No, not the wedding songs. I can't remember the wedding songs. Do you remember them?
Hi, Brian. And do you think Lee Duffy would have been like if he was still here, and what path do you think he'd have took?
And I probably hope you'd have been in the same path as I am, helping people.
2 large Pirates balls at my homemade soup he was training years ago. He said he's told me about your soup, Sean.
Yeah.
It's amazing. He said
You should
I would like some.
You should do it on a Sunday. We sat there in the house, me and him, we out the back, Kath and them kids would be in the living room. We'd just be talking about stuff and having a laugh.
What was your favourite place to go out?
Central Park, I used to go every day, twice a day nearly, every day. Spend £100 a day in there. Tony the chef was brilliant. It's the
Uh,
dearest place. It cost you 40 quid for a steak, but it was when you were making good money, you didn't mind spending it.
Hey Simon Page. We need to visit Redcar for a night out. Off-roader said.
Yeah,
that'd be
Redcar's a
good.
good night, Sean, isn't it? As we used to go there yourself, we got chased in the car you were driving. Remember that? And then we had to bin the car and then took the taxi to get away. Police chased us.
I think that'll do in the world good going out with you, Sean. And I can't wait for you to come round also.
Simon's on as well.
Nice one, mate.
Don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. No one's pushed the like buttons tonight. And guess what? Well, yeah, the day I got up, I couldn't believe it. I put it on in 7 days tonight. Well, 7 days tomorrow, I think it is, yeah. So, 1,420 likes in six and a half days. It'll be like 7 days tomorrow.
So, Bob said a nice comment there to you.
I've never seen anyone get that many anywhere, that short space of time.
Fine, I hope you feel proud that many people respect you for the life you've lived and actually done the things you've done.
Yeah, mate, it's good to change it though, to help people, isn't it? Then what I've done before, I like to let kids know that it looks glamorous, looks great, all the big cars and all the gold and the jewellery and all the other stuff. But sure, I don't tell you, most of our friends are gone, been shot to death, stabbed to death, run over, life sentences, died on drugs, overdosed. So it's not a good life to be in. You're better doing a job like off-roader does. Go and work for a living. You've got no police at the door. You've got no stress on you. You can pay your bills. You can go out when you want. You've got no one wanting to fight you, nothing like that. Once you've got that reputation as a fighter, people want to fight you just to try and beat you and take your reputation off you. So to be in that game, you've got to be at the top of the tree every day of the week. You can't have a day off, because if you do, you could get beat.
Of course, we've all lived his life now. Okay, comment, Rob. Any more questions? Do you think Charles Bronson will get out?
I don't think so, no. I think them interviews he did before, saying that he can taste the blood and he loves the thrill of beating people up and all them things he was coming out with. I thought, crazy, he should have been saying things like, what I did before was wrong. I've learnt my lesson. I'm going to move on. I'm going to help children change their minds of how Britain's out of prison and all that sort of shit. You know, I'd rather be someone like say, Britain's hardest man. No, I'd use it to say, don't do what I did. It's not worth it. Look at all the friends I've got gone. Look at all the people. Look at the jail sentences here, and the addictions you end up being on drugs and the paranoia you get. It's not worth it. It's better to get a trade. Go from school, get a trade at college, and go and work for a living. That takes a proper man getting up every day and going doing 8 hours a day, coming home, putting food on the table, and putting money on the table to pay for your kids and go to college and things like that. And that's a proper man's job, like Sean Day does.
Yeah, he said we all go for grace. That's 100% true. You know, we want to be bringing. Holly, what's your favourite food?
My favourite food, spaghetti bolognese and hash, corned beef hash made by Emma.
Andrew Williams, he said he controls everything. Make sure you let me in then.
I thought, if your name's not down, you're not coming in. I'm on the gate. So I've made sure, so I've got Sean placed on the gates. Me and him worked on the door. We'll probably be on the gates up there.
Have a look.
Oh, thanks. Humble apple crumble. Yeah, it's a mug's game. Being a criminal, especially in the 21st century, you can't get away with it. When we used to drive cars then, there was no roads. There was no hard speed things on the roads. Now you go past everything. There's cameras everywhere. And you get away in them days. You could say, it wasn't me driving, it was somebody else. You'd have to catch you in the car compared to them days. Now, they have to catch you in the car. Nowadays, you can just go by anywhere. Somebody else can have a car out there. Somebody can have a camera in the street, and you're seen run down the road. You can't get away with stuff like you used to. And they've got stingers on the road. They've got top of the range cars that are just as good. See, when we went the cars, like me and Sean, nowadays, our cars were better than the police cars. But this assets of crime thing they've come out with, they take the assets of crime of criminals and then they put the assets of crime and the cars they take off the criminals, they put them on the road for the police. So the police have got the best cars going now. So you're driving with them and they get advanced driving things. What we got, me and Sean, got taught out to rally driving stuff. But you're up against like the top people in the world, and the police always win in the end because they've got the biggest gang in the world and the most money in the world and the biggest technology. You can't beat them. Not now.
Sean said, remember the Stockton Festival when we got asked to do?
Yes, I do. It was Dave who had the Cabbage Club. Little piss stain. I ended up pinching the money, £84,000 out of the ice cream van and everything. I remember that one and the beer, 84 grand. And me and you were there, and the coppers said to Dave, or the security said, you can tell fucking their presence is there, being here, Brian Cockerill and Sean Day. He said, because not one bit of fucking trouble. Usually it's non-stop with the wrecking crew kicking off. You can tell a mile away their presence has been shown. We haven't had to do nothing all day. They've been here and no one's kicked off all day. But there was Bob Geldof there.
Sean said you got a license and he got knocked back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's laughing. Evening, Stephen Gibbons. Lovely to see you on, but I still done it. So he still went the security thing with you.
Yeah.
I can't see anybody stopping you too late then.
No, the cops were over the moon. It was just stood like that too. They did it. They didn't have to do nothing all day. And I said to Dave, who Anne was his missus, said, until their presence has been there ready. So no one's kicked off all day. Something like 50,000 people go over there. That was 250,000 people, I think, go in that full weekend.
How did you show me?
Oh, just two friends in the pub. He was friends with John Fail, who's the one who hit me on the head with the bottle in the fight with Lee. He was with Lee that day. So John Fail and Sean Day's wife's sisters.
Ah, right.
So they knew each other. So I was out in the pub and John went, are we all right? And in the pub and shaking his hand and everything. So that's how I met him.
Oh, and you just stayed friends ever since?
Never ever had an argument. Not an argument ever.
Right, Paul Kelly. Any more questions?
I tell you what he used to call. I tell you what he nicknamed me, the Big Loon. Big Loon. Didn't give a lunatic. Didn't give a shit about how many is there. He used to say like there'd be 20 and then I was 20 of us. He said he won't give a fuck. He'll still have a goal. He'll still beat you. Sean used to say it. He said, you don't understand. His caliber is totally different. He will destroy you.
He said Geldof security was pulling us for bits and bobs.
Yeah, they were after that white stuff. And he was in there, that little Leo's there. And Toya was there. Madness was there another time.
And he said you are a big loon.
That big loon.
Come on, Sean, fire him some questions because it'll be good if you ask him the questions because you'll know what to ask him.
Paul McGrath. I remember him. Played for Man United, Paul McGrath. Is that something about Man United? I actually was talking to him a couple of years ago in the Manchester City do without Frank, Paul McGrath. Big lad he is. Yeah, it was good. There used to be Bob Geldof used to come. Toya, she used to come sometimes. Like a big festival in Stockton, and you have a big fireworks display there and everything. It's good. Everyone goes and they make a lot of money in there. I think what's happened now though. I think the council's got it now. They've took over, like they do everything. Like so, the other people used to have like an ice cream van. You'd make something like £10,000 on an ice cream van a day. There, it was ridiculous because there was only 2 ice cream vans, and they own both of them. Thousands of pounds, and 83 grand went missing. We all took it. We couldn't prove it. If I had fucking found out, we would have took it off him. Then he knows we would have. Well, all of a sudden he started getting all his house done up, new floors, new fucking roofs, all sorted out, new top to change Jeeps and all that. I thought, he's fucking pinched the money. I mean, Sean, do you think so? I fucking know so. And I was right. I fucking knew it was him. Even that flat he put his floor in, he had a hidden floor with the money in. Like he told me, no, where the wood comes out on the floor, push it like a little thing, click it. He used to click out the floor so he could put his money in there. Like he did all his floor and the wood stuff in there.
Come on, questions.
Come on, everyone. Yeah.
Oh, can you remember a time, Sean, that you could
give Brian a little sign off on here, and then he could talk about the story, what's funny that you've ever done. Oh,
It's not fucking many, it's hundreds.
Dazzler, Brian, do you see Elvis Tomo anymore?
No, I've never seen him for years. I got really bad on the coke and the crack. He was a good boxer and all, good singer and everything, but he really smart man and everything, good looking lad and everything. Just he weighs about 6 stone, like Harold off Steptoe now, about 6 stone. And he's completely gone. He turned pro.
Does he still have a ponytail?
I don't think so. No, he's completely gone. Completely gone now.
Right.
What's wrong with
Somebody
carpets?
said, Emma, here's a question. Who invented time?
Who invented time? I don't know. Who invented time? I just think time's time, isn't it?
Oh, might have to go.
I think time is time, isn't it? So I know who invented the what do you call it? Yeah, time, the beginning of time. The only thing we're giving the time is they found out.
Who invented time?
Like a time, like a watch, you mean? A Leicester. I don't know.
The measurement of time began with the invention of sundials in ancient Egypt, some time prior to 1500 BC.
The Incas.
However, the time the Egyptians measured was not the same as today's clock measure
That's what I said,
for the Egyptians, and indeed for a further 3 millennia, the basic unit of time was a period of daylight.
So what was the best one? Was when the year 2000 come, the ones the Incas did, the Mayans and the Incas, Manchu Puncho, their time clock was only out by 2 minutes over 2,000 years. That's how good they were. And they did theirs through the sun and with the dials and stuff. It was out by 2 minutes over 2,000 years went past, and it was only out by 2 minutes. How clever was that?
So someone's asked them, did humans invent time? And it said it seems like a force of nature, but it wasn't always that way. If we look at the late 19th century, we see something happen which very much would suggest that, in fact, people had come to create the concept of time as we know it. Yeah. Yes, time, or our modern concept of it, was invented.
Yeah. So if you put somebody in a cell in the dark, after a week, they don't know what day they've been in there. They can't tell because there's no light. So that's how you can tell that, obviously, when it changes. But if you put in there a room pitch black, after the SES do, they'll put you in a room for weeks. So you don't even know the concept of time. You don't know what day it is or anything. It does your head in.
Right, hold on. Let's have a look.
It's getting a bit better now.
Flavia, that's some sophisticated timekeeping. Was the early 1700s.
Right.
That was a Tang dynasty monks developed a mechanical clock powered by water oil.
That'll be the Chinese, won't it?
Yeah.
And I tell you also it's clever, the monastery ones, the other, what do you call them? I can't remember the name of them now. Buddhist monks. I can't remember the name of them. Shaolin monks. Shaolin. Yeah, where he's from. Tibet, that was it for the Tibetan people. Really clever. Really, really intelligent. But they were clever, the Incas. Really clever. And they went in there, in there to the Aztecs and the Incas. So they've got in there, it was called Captain Cortez. He went to America and they went in, obviously Cliff Columbus supposed to have found it. But people say that the monks found it 1,200 years before him. So they've gone in there, and when they got there, they've seen the ships. But like us seeing a spaceship, like us seeing like a flying saucer. They're like, wow, like this. So they'd never seen a horse in their life. So when they seen the horses, they're like, wow, these horses. So what they've done is they went in there and they stole the gold off them. So they killed thousands, like loads of them, millions of them, and pinched all the gold in that. So they went there. That's how they got the gold from there back to Italy and Spain. They went over and stole off the people.
Got to go out, be right back. Yeah, we off-road because you seem to be fast on them fingers tonight.
And then also, the people going about atrocities like, the war where all the Jewish people were killed and everything. But the same thing happened when our forefathers went to places like America. When they went to America, there was 5 million Plains Indian. In 5 years, there was only 250,000. They wiped out 4,750,000 people. And what they were doing, they would give them blankets with smallpox on. So they give the kids blankets knowing they get smallpox and kill them just to get the land off them. Wiped out all the Indians, the Red Indians.
Yeah.
Giving kids blankets with smallpox. Terrible, that, isn't it? Wipe them out. And the English were the first people to scalp someone that went into an area. So to prove that they'd killed this tribe, they scalped them on, brought the scalps back and said, there's the scalps. And that was the first time people got scalped. People think it was a Red Indian, it wasn't.
That's amazing.
Because I know that the pyramids were totally in line with Sirius, which is stars, and he's saying there that the Mayans pyramids line it up with the Egyptian ones as well. Yes, yeah. So they'll all be in line with Sirius.
So what they're in line with, the constellations in the sky, all them pyramids line up as if there was like, people say they were like as if aliens put them there for landing spaces for the pyramids were built for. People are saying that. Ancient people with these are saying that, and also 10,000 years ago, all these places all over the world started building these great temples. Where did they get the idea from? Where did they get the technology from? How could they move a 250,000 50-ton blocks across the desert in the sand on a piece of wood? Bullshit.
Dan XR2 said Jesus, Shaolin monks are something else, extreme body training and conditioning from a young age.
Yeah, they could stand in the freezing cold and everything, red hot, don't drink for days and weeks and don't eat. It's just unbelievable. The body's a temple, the class it has. Julius Caesar's is named after him.
Matthew Fondley, I think that would be a marvellous idea for a bride to go into some kind of rehabilitation there as well. He said, Bride, have you ever considered visiting the Shaolin monastery, not to learn but to teach the Shaolin monks how to live clean and learn something great? No, but I think it would be an amazing experience for you to go there.
Yeah.
It would be very spiritual.
The Romans were good, the Romans were really good. The Egyptians were really clever. But when he was found, the boy king, Tutankhamun, he's got a knife on him, right? And people thought it was gold. When they've taken the knife and tested it, it's not from this world. It's not from this world, the metal. So it's from another world. It's either a meteorite's landed or whatever. And people are saying it was aliens have landed and given it as a gift. But it's the metal's not from this world. So there's that many theories with that. But when you look at, when you go back, like say, to the thousands and thousands of years ago, before there was any spaceships, before there was any houses, before there was anything, how did them people who lived in caves didn't have a clue what spaceships look like unless they've seen one? But they've got them on their walls painted with breathing apparatus going back 30,000 years.
And when I said, have you seen the pyramids in Antarctica?
No, I haven't seen them ones. I know the ones, there's the one in Mexico, was one of the first ones. I think it's 15,000 years ago, and it's cut out in like a jigsaw. And they said the only thing in the world that could do that is a laser. But they're over 15,000 years old, so they can't work it out because you get a Risley paper, you can put it in between it, and it goes all the way around perfect. Same as the 50-ton, 250,000 ton, 50-ton blocks are all lined up with the pyramids. They were all, because when they were built, they were dead shiny, which was all shiny then. They were all polished, so they could see them like from all over. You know, when you come, people would look at them and fucking look at them. It was just amazing. But how did they get them there lined up with
Mark said that's quite a good answer. Nephilim, the fallen angels, built the pyramids, like no massive, don't they?
Yeah. And then people say them things lying down weren't aliens, they were angels. And when you see them coming down,
yeah, the fallen ones.
They thought they were angels coming down, and then they could see them. There's that many theories in it, but yeah, it's good in it having the theories. It's best to have an open mind in it about everything.
Any more questions?
50 minutes. That all we've been on. It feels like it's been longer.
Come on. Anyone got a silly question? That's a good idea, Sean.
Yeah, come on then.
Any questions? Come on.
Oh, something I've got
Usually
indigestion.
we
I've got
can't
bad
stop
eye.
the questions.
I know what's going on with you
And
tonight.
now it's like you're all dead quiet and shy. Oh, you maybe got. I hope you haven't all got the sound turned down. The pyramids as well. There's more rocks. 170 watching it. That like button. Thank you, Trap.
Yes, for 59. Come on, guys. Someone
Yeah.
push the like buttons for a change. You're
Sean
gonna
said you can do silly but sensible, otherwise you get hit with a spanner.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit scared of it.
Old Pepsi Max. Yes, it's no good Pepsi Max because when you drink it, right, the stuff in it is saccharins. Them saccharins, your body can't digest them, so they store in your intestine, in your
I think you're on about the ride Pepsi Max.
Is
it?
No.
Is it the ride Pepsi Max? I think we've just been on about Blackpool and Thorpe Park. I think it's a ride. But carry on with the Pepsi Max, Brian.
You can't digest saccharins in the body because your body won't digest them, so it goes into the small gut, stays there, and just turns into pure slush like sewage. And that's why people get IBS. I mean, and they don't tell you all this shit because they don't want you to be off it. But then your body cannot digest them. Can't digest them. It's impossible. It's like bread. When you're eating bread, when you have white bread, it's very hard to digest. So the best thing to do with it, put it in the freezer, freeze it, white bread, take out the freezer, then toast it. It takes it down by 31 calories less. And also you can digest a whole lot of the bread because it's not, when you're digesting it straight away, it goes into sugar. So because you're taking out a lot of the calories by freezing it and then toasting it, then that way, as soon as you freeze it, you can get it out the next day and then you can toast it, or you can, even when it's been frozen, you can toast it and it takes the 30 calories out roughly. And it helps to make it less sugary because all bread is sugar. So when you take it, it breaks down into glycogen in your liver and goes through there and makes sugar in your belly. So that sugar stores in your glycogen. So this way you've got less bread in your body, less sugar in your body. So it breaks down better into the body instead of storing as glycogen, which is fat. 170 watching, 159 watch, 63 thumbs up. Come on, guys, don't forget to push the like buttons. Hope everyone's okay. Yeah, but a bit scared of heights. I don't like heights myself. When I was in China, I think it was about 1,300 feet, the building I was on. Fucking hated it. So I went up and the window was over there, say 10 feet away, and I was still trying to push the bed further back. I was like that, trying to look like that from over here, and fucking, I looked one night, right the way back, the people looked like loads of flies on the floor walking about. And when I went down in the elevator, went downstairs, when I went outside, they were climbing up bamboo, big thick bamboo, and they said the bamboo was stronger than steel. It bent better, but it moves. You know, buildings move when they're getting built. They move from side to side.
That's mad what Sean said. Do you remember when I told you my experience with the them ones, the alien people?
Yeah.
Remember I said about under the water?
Yeah.
It sounded like they were talking under the water. And then when I was talking to that first from Nancy, with that chip thing, yeah. They'd said they believe that they did go under the water. Well, Sean just said, does anyone believe in, have a look. Where's questions gone? 2 more intros. Go back a bit. Does anyone think there's aliens living deep in the oceans?
So everybody, everything came from the sea, didn't it? Everything, the DNA. So what some people are saying is like Prometheus, like the film, where the alien lands in the spaceship and looks around, thinks there's nothing here, and he cuts his finger, and then the DNA of the finger goes into the water. They're saying that's how life started off. It was just like a dead planet when they come, because it's 4.5 billion years old. The galaxy's 13.7 billion years old. So to think that all them galaxies out there, space just gets bigger and bigger because it blows. When you have the Big Bang Theory, it's blown up. So when it's expanding, it doesn't get any smaller. It gets bigger and bigger. So the longer we live, it just gets bigger and bigger. So you can never get from one to the other end of the galaxy. It's impossible. There's multiple galaxies, thousands of them. So you're trying to tell me we're the only beings around in the whole galaxy of thousands of galaxies. You'd have to be small-minded to really think that.
Matthew Farnelly said he watched a documentary about that metal and it was the only time it was ever spotted. It was rumoured to have been smelted and used to coat vulnerable parts of Apollo 11 space shuttle.
Yeah.
Brian, do you think their work changed for the better or worse when SIA licenses
Worse,
came in?
100% worse, because the people on the doors in the old day could fight, while the new ones are just like college kids who are like quite big lads, rugby players and things like that. And then all you have to, what you do now, you've got a camera on your thing, and you've got to tell the police, or you can't throw a punch or have a fight. How the fucking hell can you work on a door and not have a fight? That's what it's there to stop fighting. You get in, grab by the neck, throw them out, get out, fucking behave. If somebody's throwing punches at you, you have the right. You have the right to defend yourself by throwing a punch. Now, if somebody's setting themselves up to throw a punch at you, and you throw yours first and you knock them out, you can get off of that because it's the first form of defence is attack. So if somebody's looking at it, they're going to throw a punch at you, and you say, "I'm a boxer," I know he's going to throw a punch because the way you stand it, and you hit them and drop them on the floor, you can use that as defence in court and get off.
Colin said, "I haven't thrown a punch in over 10 years. I'd be happy if I never did." Bless you, Colin. And when Audit said, "Do you know the buildings in Dubai have no foundation, just poles?" Matthew Farnelly said, "Can we have a fact off where we all discuss interesting facts? Did you know cow has 4 stomachs?" Now, will training get rid of a hernia, Anthony Dunn?
No, you've got your training, you'll get worse, it'll split a hernia. It's a split in the muscle in the stomach, and it'll just open more and more to get worse. You've got to go and get it. Sometimes I think they can get better if you rest them for only little, because if it's only a little one, but if you've got a really bad hernia, you need to go and get an operation where you open your stomach and stitch it together. But you can't train for a few months after it as well. It's a bit like women when they have a baby, they're not allowed to lift certain weights. Or like with me, when I had my operation, I wasn't allowed to lift anything heavy, because then that's what gives you to tear in the wall of the stomach.
Official Top Talk said, "Great night tonight, live tonight, hit the likes button." Thanks, Steve. Have you got any questions, Steve?
Yeah, he's good.
Donna said, "I've seen videos of structure being built with workmen wearing flip-flops. They have no fear." Yeah, it's crazy, Donna.
I was looking at them from on the floor. Beautiful place, China. All the people absolutely impeccable manners. And I was watching them climb up. They were climbing up like fucking chimpanzees at the top, like rockets. And they only had the bare feet in the hands, and they're up there, ding dang dang, wherever they're shouting down, and he's come back up and they're throwing things up. I'm like, fucking, have you done that in England? You'd be fucking safety things they come out with now, but they're up there and they build them. They're marvelous. The buildings are out of this world. They're miles ahead of us. Their technology, miles and miles ahead. The Japanese are the same. There's robots walking down the street. There's cars. You push the button on the thing, get a lift. The door opens. There's no taxi driver, and you jump in and give them the address, and it takes you home. It's been like that for ages. They're miles ahead of us, the Chinese and Japanese.
Would you rather go into space or to the bottom of the ocean?
I'd rather go to space. I think the bottom of the ocean is like a dangerous place, because you can stand on the moon, but you can't stand the bottom of the ocean. Because when you go down, it just compresses, and them lunatics are taking kids on thingies to go to the bottom of the sea in a stupid diving bell, just to say, "Oh, we've done this," taking the risk, and all them kids and everything died. I mean, absolutely crazy. They shouldn't be allowed to do it. Doing stupid things out with children. Barmy.
Yeah, I love flying, Colin. It's the safest form of travel, I think. You don't hear of many plane crashes, do you?
No.
Come on, question night.
Come on, 153, 135, 171 likes on that. Get your fingers pushing their buttons.
When you went on holiday, this official topic talk,
Yeah.
to the countries back in the day, how did they react to your size?
They were fascinated, but they were really respectful. I went to Greece. It was an oldie woman. Hey, you strong man. I went, "Hey, I love you." He's about 60 odd. I was about 27 or something. I have son who has gym, goes to the gym. He went, "Oh, look, pleased to meet you," and all that. So I did 700-pound squatting there, and I did a 500-pound bench. And he was fascinated. And then he did these dumbbells that were in there, but nobody could lift them. There was 75 kg dumbbells. I shoulder pressing them, not fully up, throwing them up. And he was fascinated. He got pictures with him. Nice kid. He's still got the pictures, and he's shot now from all them years ago. And when I was walking around, I went to the Pillars of Hercules. We stood there, and they were coming out, hey, Strong Hercules, I'll call the old names but in Greece is the city, like in Greece was great because the people are beautiful. In Spain was great. But when you come to England, you got to talk, it's only because on steroids. So they appreciate it more there because it's been that in their culture, like I walked around the first Olympic Stadium where the Acropolis was at the top. I never went to the Acropolis, it was at the top, I couldn't bother going up. But I walked around the Olympic Stadium where they first had the Olympics in Greece because they're used to that stuff and they love strongmen and stuff. But they appreciate you because they know how hard it is to get to like at that level. Where over here, people, he's only on there, he's because this, he's only because that, because this, because go in the gym and they do a session, they think, fucking hell, they fall to pieces after a couple of sessions. Colin Maguire.
Did you know that every type of grass can be traced back to bamboo? I didn't know that, Donna.
No, I didn't know that. That's something I've learned.
Oh, I didn't know that, Donna.
I wonder which one boils. I wonder which one boils into a thingy grass. Related to.
Yeah, the idiot owner of Ocean Gate ignoring the engineer's warnings about the shabby design and construction. It was terrible, that submersible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just absolutely pathetic. Absolutely.
So
I don't think children that age should be allowed to go down there. I don't know if you're a fucking trillionaire. You shouldn't take your children down there in any way, shape or form. Thank you, Rob, mate. Got the channel again. Great, like Rob.
Right, that's what you said, have you?
I was going, and I was going to go, and I ended up going on the drugs.
Yeah.
And ended up fucking missing the
Steve
plane.
said he had a few good old days with Sean.
Yeah, I went to go, and just the last minute I went on a fucking gear, never went.
I wanted to be an astronaut, but I wasn't prepared to travel. Anthony Lone.
I think that's what's going to be. The new Armageddon will be somewhere like Mars. We'll ruin this planet will be ruined in the next 20, 30 years, completely fucking ruined. It's ruined now. So they're ruined even more. There's nowhere for the polar bears. There's hardly any food for them. Everything's dying out. We've destroyed this planet in 200 years.
Well,
Not anyone else. Us. Not those with all the coal. All that shit about diesel's the best stuff. It's really good. Now they're saying diesel's the worst stuff. For all them years, the government knew. They can't tell me they didn't know. Back 50, 60 years ago, diesel was poisonous. Worse than petrol. Fucking bullshit. They just con you because there was money to be made off it. That's why they've.
I'm blessed, Rob. He's just done it again.
I've just said that.
No, he's done it again.
I know. I've just said that. But he's the man, Rob.
Right, so something I think was in.
And he told.
Official help supported. Thank you. Was you there when Brian took a big dog out with him and he was a wrong one?
Support the channel. There was another Tom Moore. You see on about Brian Thompson, who lived next door with Sean. He was a good lad, Brian. Except Sean was there one day and we'd all been drinking in the house and that. So Sean's one side and Tom was really clever. Tom made them boxes.
Yeah.
Where they get around them boxes where you can go on Sky and everything. He was the first one to invent them, the very first person. He went to America and he won the court case against them where you could get free TV from like say in Canada and places because you don't have to pay for it. So Tom went to court in England and won the case and America. Really clever man. We used to have a place called Cut Price Wallpaper. We had them all over Teesside. So we're in his house. Anyway, he had a van. So Sean's still on, is he on? Off-road, yeah, he's on. So I've got to the back of the van. Sean, you could pick that up. Of course I fucking could. So I've got this. They went, piss off. There's no way you're going to pick that vehicle up with all that wallpaper and all the stuff. So it was like a transit van. Sean, remember it. So I said, get me a towel because cut your hands over the bumper because it was obviously made of metal in them days. Fucking get out the way and I've got the bottom of the hand. I've went, I picked up. He's fucking done it. The wheels was like he kicked the wheel, Sean. The wheel was spinning off the fucking thing. He's lifted the fucker up again. Fucking hell. I couldn't believe it. And they were like talking all over Middlesbrough for fucking months and months. No, what, just a van? No, it was full of fucking wallpaper and everything else. And marble fucking fireplaces. picked it up outside just before Sean's house in West Lane.
No, you see, it used to be wallpaper house, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That way.
He had his own wallpaper. Tom was a really clever man. We used to go abroad. Magaluf went there, and little our friend out there, little Chipper, he used to have the Red Line pub in Magaluf. And I went there. And I was only there 2 nights. He went, I've been here for 12 years, and I've never seen fucking dogs on the side. You've been here 2 days, and the fucking dogs, the sniffer dogs were in here. So they must have obviously through my passport. Fucking sussed who I was. Me and Flea went to the lad called Steve. Fucking mad it was.
I wonder where Flea is now.
Seen him for years. Two sons passed away, then the twins.
Oh.
But gone passed away now. Little fuckers, they were good kids, like when used to love me, I used to always give them a tenner each. I used to go and see them in the house. Went to his house one day, at Flea, Warwick Street he lived, goes to his house, so we were doing, obviously I was doing the gear and stuff and that, so I've gone into Flea's. The drug squad must have been watching the house. So anyway, Flea's in the house, Maria, his missus, is doing the house, painting the house up and everything. So I've gone, but in his street, it's got them bollards where you can only go one way and you have to turn back round. So I've come down and went and gone. And he phoned me about 15 minutes later, he went 20 minutes later, something, he went, fucking drug squad have just left the fucking house. He said, they've only come in. He said, got fuck off, there was nothing in the house anyway, we went stupid. But because he was doing the house, something like that, he had a big box, he had a big thing, the Artex out, a big plastic tub. So the lid was half open. And they've bingo, the copper. I remember his fucking name and all. I won't say his name, but I remember it. And he went, put his finger like that, and he's spitting fucking Artex. Fucking idiot. Thought it was Coke or Speed or whatever. That's what they used to do in the old days. Just taste a bit. You can tell if it's Speed or Coke by just that taste. Numbs your mouth a bit Coke. Yeah. Fucking Artex. Fucking devastated the way. Not a thing in the house. We're out with all me and Flea, we're driving. We're coming down the bank towards where Brian Charlton used to have his garage. So we're coming down that way. You can go right to go to Park End, I think it is. So anyway, we come to the lights, 4-way lights. And the next minute, fucking the car was conked out. So we've got 2 Kia Speed, I think it was, a Kia Coke. And we've got 25 grand or 30 grand in the back seat. So I put my coat over the back and the Coke's under the seat. We broke down anyway. He's only in a fucking bang. And I said, I always say get a good car, even if it's a cheap one. Make sure the engine right. So we broke down. The coppers went, whoa. Oh, fucking hell. So just be calm. So all the officer said, we broke down. And that's all right. He said, gives you a push off. So I'm pushing the car, Flea's in the front. And the coppers at the back fucking pushed us up. Boom. The car started. We started the car up. Changed that officer. Thanks very much. We drove off with all the gear in the car.
Sueno, I think.
Sueno. He's a good lad, John. Proper good lad.
Oh, I thought you said that the lads on the channel now.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about. Yeah, Sueno is a good lad. John, I used to talk to him.
Yeah.
I always send him like little messages and that. Yeah. I remember being in the pub with Sean. We were in this pub. What was it called? Fucking hell. Was that pub called where you live, Sean? What was it called? Speedway, I think. Speedway, if I'm right. My memory's fucking shit hot. There was this fucking idiot in there going on and on, and I just went bang, and fucking dropped him at the table. And he went, fucking Speedy, your hands there. Fucking splattered him all over this lad in the pub. He was like, no, fucking gobshite going on. So Sean was going to hit him in the end. And another night, there was another one going on, and Sean banged him and knocked him out. It was like 1-1, but this lad, I was at the table, I leaned over, went bang, 2 shots. He went, Speedy, your hands there. Sean said, fucking hell, he took his head off. These ones don't want to fight, and then we hit them, go, you hit me for now. Fucking going on and on like that. Gobshite. We used to go all over me, Sean. All the nightclubs, all the pubs, clubs. That didn't have to be a fucking thing, never had to pay in anywhere. But look, red carpets everywhere, fucking drinks free everywhere, fucking whatever we wanted, we got. I've got a clue. First met him when I was 21 on the door with Flaherty. God bless his soul. Loveliest man you could ever meet, Flaherty. Worked on the door with him there. We were fucking kick off for the load of Darlington lads. So Sean's on the door and I'm at the back because they can get in the back way. Little Donald will know this. And they've got about 7 of them come the back way. Now I'm fighting with them. I've got 4 of them in the pub. But one used to be them big massive glasses, big thick things like that. They used to like not glass, sorry, ashtrays. They used to have them in the posh place because Harvey's Wine Bar from Darlington was very posh. It was Dave Noble owned it, and it was like a bit like Coronation Street, the cobbled paths. So when you walked on that, you'd fucking slide all over. It was terrible, but in the pub it was all right. So it's like a wood floor. So anyway, I've hit these 4 lads, and one's trying to have a go, and I bit his face. And the bed put went in, he's fucking hit me right in the face here, and all my eye and all my side, my cheek one was broke. So Sean's running, bang, bang, it to them. And Flatty's trying to pull a fucking cosh out for 30. But where have you fucking been? I couldn't get the cosh out of my pocket. Fucking useless. I said, but we get it with all sorts of implements, fucking chairs bouncing off our heads and glasses and bottles. And he's trying to get this big fucking cosh out of his pocket. And we have napped these lads in the end. Then there was 2 gypsies, one called Mick Bolero. I don't know if you remember him, Sean, and one called Mickey White. And he said to Sean and Flatty, he's going to be some kid when he grows up. I was about 17 stone when I went there, and I was 20, just over 21. I was 21 a bit, and he said the speed of that kid's hands were unbelievable. And these were the top fighters, and they're the travellers now. Darlington is the biggest travelling place in the world for travellers. There's more travellers in Darlington than anywhere else in England. I know all them travellers from over there. Big Lewis Walsh, great lad. Bare knuckle fighter, fucking really good fighter, but a lovely lad, loves me a bit. Get on with them all. And I thought they've all been there when I've had fights. Every time I've gone to fight them, I just found the travellers, and there'll be 100 tear up in the fucking front, and wherever we go, and they'll tear up for me. Then I'll have all the other lads from other areas, and we'll have a straight to wherever comes, and I fucking never lost, beat everyone. And I always got on with the travelling lads because they respected me, especially the older ones as well. Seen one of the mums the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
She was saying, yes. I said, I was calling mum. She said, who's this? That's my mum. Yeah, she gave me a big cuddle and all that. Lovely lady. And her husband, lovely man. But they're like really fucking powerful people. Really powerful. Like thousands of fucking family members all over the country they've got. But don't brag about it. We've got a lot of money as well. Nice houses and that they live in. But I'm respected by everyone around here. Never been called a bully in my life, as Sean Day will tell you. Never ever bullied anyone, and never ever fucking did anything wrong to anyone who was a good person. Never ever robbed people who were nice people. Never ever robbed decent people. I never burgled fucking people's houses or anything like that. Nothing like that in my life. So tax drug dealers and fought people for money, and fought travellers for money, and other people for money. Done things like that, and had big gang battles and this sort of thing. But never ever went into houses where there was children. I never went in houses where there was women or old people. Never been charged with nothing like that. Not a thing. Not on my record about things like that.
Different breed, I think. I can't believe he's went in Ireland.
Yeah, it was me, you, Mark Hartley. Yeah, Mark's a great lad. His son got a picture of me. Liam's a fucking great lad, Liam. He's the boy over Liam. And he was only a baby. And he was like, we went to see him, and me and Sean went, and he had pigeons, Mark. He loved pigeons. And the band's there with him. He's massive now. He was the APA, British Heavyweight Champion. Fucking, he's the boy over them, I'm telling you now. And nicest kid you could meet, and his dad, lovely man, loved him since the day I met him. And he phoned us up a couple of months ago, and he said, I'm so proud of you and Emma, what you're doing, helping people. I'm so proud of you. I'm over the moon what you're doing. I can't thank you. I can't say any more than that. He said, it's just unbelievable what you're doing. Just keep doing, big fella. We all love you. We all know who you are. You've got nothing to prove, and we all know the real deal. But when we were out, we used to go to Sean's and have a drink in the house. Me, Mark, and Sean, that. So we were up there, and we've got a picture of Liam. And Liam was about 7 or 8, and I was fucking huge. Sean will tell you, I was monstrous. Liam was like that, eating his ice cream, looking at me. He's only a baby, about 7. He's licking his ice cream, looking at his dad, going, he's big, and he looks like to say his dad. So he got a picture of me and Sean, and he's still got them pictures, Sean said. All them years later, he's a fully grown man now, but he's still got the pictures of me and Sean that day. So a nice little story there.
Yeah.
But he became the top fighter, Liam, like really good. But he's not a bully now. He does all the mixed martial arts, all that stuff, everything. But his name's right at the top of the tree with people. Everyone respects him. His dad's respected. So that's the type of way we've got behind us. Proper people, not fucking divvies.
Definitely.
Jab, don't stab. Yeah,
That's Michael's friend, that.
yeah, it is.
Hey, Jab, don't stab.
My eyes are stinging really bad. Somebody said to me, "Oh, well, it's West Brad because you're on the computer, up 3 hours a day on here, and then I'm on the other computer, like on my phone, texting an hour or two. And then I'm probably on the fucking computer about 6 hours a day, trying to answer everyone. I hate not answering people." That big Paul Joyce was a big, tough bloke. He was Simon Page, yeah, he was a big bloke. But he's another nice man. It's like Joe Egan. All the big lads who can fight are all nice people. Because they've got nothing to prove. They beat everyone. It's the little divvy fuckers with the big mouths. And I'll stamp you and I'll do this. And when you get them by the throat, they piss themselves or piss themselves or shit themselves in the street. It's all that. Oh, do you still see Lewis? Yeah, he's a good lad, Lewis. Yeah, great. I remember picking him up in a pub. I was throwing him in the air and catching him. Brunton all over there. And I was catching him. He went, "Fucking hell, Brunton." He said, "You told me he was strong." "That's fucking ridiculous." He said, "If he gets hold of you, it's fucking game over and he can fucking fight." Lewis, he went, "There's no one will beat him." He said, "Well, if he gets hold of you, it's game over. You haven't got a chance." No matter how good you are at boxing, Lewis said, the Tigers told me, said, "You've got no chance of beating him if he gets hold of you. You're finished. It's just too strong." And he was 16 stone 10 then. Never a bully, pal. Yeah, you're right, Sean. Never bullied anyone. Colin Maguire, you okay, son? Yeah, Paddy was a tough bloke. Yeah, he was a tough bloke. Paddy McDougherty, 100%. Different weights, though. You know, for his weight, obviously, he'd be fighting something his own weight type thing. But yeah, tough lad.
Bartley Gorman was tough.
Oh, Bartley Gorman was a really tough lad. Yeah, absolute legend. I mean, you get people 10 stone. There was a lad called Dennis Hobbs from Sheffield, who was John Black's best friend. And he was fighting people 20 stone, beating them because he was that fit. They were throwing big bombs, they couldn't hit him. They would just tire and tire. He used to fight them on the race course. Beat every fucker. Dennis Hobbs, that was his name. I remember John Black telling me all about him. He used to fight with all the travellers and that. But when you're fighting somebody bigger and they grab you and pull you down, you can't beat them. It's impossible. Because the strongest man on the floor will win with the fitness. The boxer who's boxing great could be the best boxer in the world, but if you're stronger, 3 or 4 stone heavy, you get and pull them on the floor, they haven't got a chance because you're just too strong for them. You can't punch someone if somebody's pinning you to the floor.
Right.
Anthony Lunn, family Afghans have moved next door to me. Won't be going around there. Christmas, we pass the parcel. Get me fucking banned him. You can win, mate. You can win. I don't want it. Okay, now.
Anthony.
Cheers, Anthony. You got me fucking banned now. No, do you know the lads like that? But you know, it's like my mates who are Asian lads, Pakistani lads, and black lads. And that. There's none of them racist. You say something like a jokey thing with them, they just fucking laugh. They never ever. They'll call each other. Go, "Where's that fucking Paki at?" I went, "What are you on about?" He says, "You're Pakistani yourself." "I know, I don't give a fuck. Where's that fucking Paki cunt that he should have picked that woman up an hour ago." No. Emma,
I know you're telling the story.
And he's shouting about a Pakistani lad and he's Pakistani himself. How can that be bullying when he's talking with a Pakistani, talking about a Pakistani?
I know exactly, but they just pick up words. It's all crazy. Don't feel preaching, was it? Look on a program years ago that we used to have, you could, without, what would they call them? That one we were on about, where you could say anything you want.
You can't say it, you said.
No. New terms and conditions. Crazy world.
Yeah, Matt Legg beat him, I think, in a fight. I thought Matt Legg, big Joyce. think Matt Legg won the fight, tell you the truth. I think he was a lot bigger. He was about 25 stone when Matt Legg beat him. But nice man, you can see he's a nice man. I've never heard anyone call the man. All said he's a nice, really respectable man. You get respect when you do. You get respect when you do what you do. You do it with them. You don't have to do it with that. The people who do it with that, with the mouth, screaming and shouting, usually just little pipsqueaks, trouble causes. He said, she said, she said, he said, she said. And then when it comes to knocking on the door, they get the police on you. That's what they do 9 times out of 10. So you're wasting your time with them. It's the ones who are quiet in the pub are the ones who are fucking dangerous.
Then the ones that scream and shout for the whole world to you, don't they?
Yeah, and then when people call them out for a fight, they shit themselves. They do. It's a fact.
I know.
It's a fact. Off-roader. Bit reminiscent tonight. Yeah, Rob. Sean. Tonight, yeah. Good old days. I think I phoned you when I was in over there with Flea, Sean, when I was in Magaluf. Fucking hell, goes over to see that. So we had 40 ecstasy. Took them with us. It goes there. So we get to the bus. Can you remember when Cosworth got stole, Sean? Me and Bam Bam were everywhere trying to beat you with help us. Every company was looking for that car, weren't they? Every fucking managed dog was looking for that car. Every fucking council estate in Stockton had shut down. It was like tumbleweeds going down the fucking street. Nobody dared come out there. Like, well, fucking hell's Cockerill coming. Have you seen that fucking car? I was knocking on every door in Teesside to get it. So in the end, the cops come and Bam Bam picked the brick up and said, fuck off, right, you with a brick, you black cunt to the copper. Not that he was uniform talking about. So anyway, the armed response come to my house, I had to fuck off. Jumped in the car, I done one. So I hid the car at my mum's. But Sean's beating my mum's and everything. And those skinnies and everywhere. Been everywhere with Sean. So I goes, means Flea goes, so in them days you could get a passport. It was a one year one. So when I got the passport house, near the Mall, there was a post office there in Stockton, got the passport, booked the plane, went to Palma we went to. So goes to Palma. So we're on the plane, gets off the plane, diagnosed the different seats and gets on the bus. So we're driving now. Me, quick I have my brain fucking miles ahead. Sitting there, I went, looking about it, I went, please have a look on the bus. What do you see? He went, people. And what do you see? Think outside the box. It's people. Yeah, but how old are they? I went, oh, for fuck's sake. And he said, fucking hell. That's the June and Derby Club we're on. He went, no, it might just be thinking, with this, might be that. We get to the fucking club. Get there. Oh, the okey. I said, you useless cunt. He picked the place to go. Oh, it's brilliant. This, that, and the other. It's full of Germans. Not that I'm racist to Germans, but they're a fucking nightmare. So sick to fucking death. So the third day I went out with every fucking towel. I've shot the lot in the fucking pond, in the pool. A lot. Everyone. So I'm going in there and with another, there's a lad called Steve, and there's Flea and me. So we're sitting there getting our dinner. So we're in this room. It had a fucking huge hotel. There were about 300 people sitting down at the tables. I sat on the chair and fucking obliterated the chair and I landed on my ass and every fuck was like that. Like laughing like fucking, like laughing. I hit the deck like a bag of shite and every fuck was laughing. So the next day I come in to get me on the night time to get our dinner. Come down and went, hey, I get big. He had a big King Arthur chair, a big fucking massive wooden chair for me. So I'm sat on this big chair. And then we were there and it was fun. And we went down the town and we went to a gym and I went in. I did. What was it? Bench press, but it was a Smith machine. So I went on. I did 500 pounds. I did 10 reps. The bloke was shocked and there. So anyway, they were looking at us and it was full of Germans and full of obviously Spanish, but they got on with each other. So we've gone out. So I had a pair of Tomo, not Elvis, little Tomo, Andy Tomo, got me these trainees and they were like flashing lights on them, blue and white, and I had blue and white trainees on. And he had American bottoms, red, blue and white, with the flags and that. And I had a cap on and a vest. So we're going around the pubs. So we go in about 3 or 4 pubs and they're all staring at us. And it's like fucking going to have a go with us. He's fucking. Then we goes in this pub, goes downstairs. It's fucking dead steep. Gets down there, and I'm on stage like that, messed about more because there was a bodybuilding competition on stage. Anyway, we messed about. Anyway, I won the bottle of champagne, so we got it. We were drinking. And they're sitting getting a bit funny. Anyway, the next minute, they fucking pulled sticks out and ran at me. So I went bang, bang, I told them, and I picked one and fucking hiked them down these stairs. So anyway, we've gone round the other side. In fact, to go down the stairs, then fucking back up the stairs because they all run after. There's loads of them. So Flea's gone that way with his mate Steve. I've gone out. So I've gone out, and loads come over and he didn't come on, go shouting at them to fight them. So anyway, the normal police were there. The next minute, the Guardia Civil come. So they went, "Hey, you crazy balls!" This, and anyway, fucking whacked me with a fucking truncheon, fucking half and cussed. And then I ran at them, hit them on the shoulder, knocked about 4 of them over. These fucking idiots. So the bloke who owned the pub, that copper, was his brother. So I've knocked about 4 of these lads over fighting with me, but they've got the handcuffs on me now. But they haven't handcuffed me. And you stay down. Anyway, went that, waved them over. They're all fucking kicking me on the floor. So I've got right rolled on my side, pushed myself up. I ran at them again and knocked out another 3 or 4 over. "You crazy bull," they called me. And anyway, so they locked me up. Flea got to the hotel. When he got to the hotel, the fucking night porter locked the door. And all these lads beat fuck out of them. They're all full of bruises and everything. So we've gone back. So we're all locked up. Takes us to this police station, a little tiny police station in the middle of fucking nowhere. So we're in there. Anyway, this lad who we were fighting with, Spanish lad, didn't like what was going on. He said they had knives. They tried to stab girl. I went, I never had a knife at all. So we got nicked for this. Must have had a knife. And this lad's gone in. He went, "I go for my brother," because he spoke broken English. So he seemed a good lad in the end. So anyway, he went. So we're in there for about 5 hours. Anyway, 5 hours later, we're handcuffed in this fucking place with just one seat. We're all trying to sit on a seat, the 3 of us. Fucking arms are killing me all with the handcuffs on. Anyway, no water enough. Anyway, this top cop come with the cap. He put the captain, put it down and take them handcuffs off in Spanish. Water. Give us water. We're fucking parched. Anyway, the fucking next minute, so they're charging us. Like typing out one finger typing like this. So it's about 3 in the morning or something like that. So they go, right. So they had to take us somewhere else for the courts because you got this place like a courtroom. So we had to get in the back of the Jeep. So we're in this Jeep, and there's two in the back, and there's 2 in the front. So the 2 machine guns, and obviously got the other handguns on. So he's driving. Right, you get out. So he's got to stretch out legs and everything like that. So I'm walking the flight, and Steve's walking. They went like that. And fucking hell! Whoa! What the fuck? I thought they were going to shoot us. Fucking put the guns on us. Went like that and went like that. Hold us like that. Get over there now. Like whatever. Fucking broken English again. And they put the guns on us. That we were fucked here. Pitch black, middle of nowhere. Mortal fucking drunk. And these are, even if I run it, I'm fucked. So we're fucked here. I started laughing, speaking in Spanish. We play big joke. We play big joke. Here, get back in. Look, you lock back up. Fucking hell. I'm honest to God, I thought it was the end of us. Big fucking machine guns want to shoot us. So we go back in there. In the car, he went, "No more boogie, because the nightclub was called Boogie. And we were drinking Bacardi Coca-Cola. He went, "No more boogie. No more Bacardi Coca-Cola." I went, no, sir. Yes, we went, "No more boogie." Fucking hell. It's nothing like England. Fucking hell. So anyway, the Guardian took us to this place. So we went to wait all fucking night. Next day we come. You remember Fantasy Island? The plane boss, that one. Little blokes that big. And I was in there. So we'd already spoke to the consul, the British consul, spoke to them. And I said, "I'll come down tomorrow," they said, the next day. So when we got there, anyway, come back this thing. So we went to the consul. We got there, and it was a fucking. We thought it was going to be a man with a bowler hat and a striped suit. He was fucking Spanish, the bloke. So he went, "We heard all about you, trouble, blah blah blah." Because we had to go back to I can't remember it now. So we're in this part. I can't remember the fucking name, but now anyway, we had to go there. So this bloke came the next day. He said, "You've been naughty. You're very bad boys." Blah 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 blah. Come in, he went. So we need to see now. In the hotel. So we go to the hotel and think, "Oh fucking hell!" So they goes to the hotel. So me and Flea are sitting there like this, and we've got 40 ecstasy. One lad got caught with 2 joints and 2 and got 5 year. I mean, oh, we're fucked. We're going to get 10 year here. We're fucked. So they've gone. So they said to Steve, you come. So when they got the hotel, it was a 5-star hotel, like top of the range one. Palmer, that was it. In Palmer it was. So he goes back there. So we were sitting there. He went 2 hours. And we were sitting in this fucking room type thing. And he comes back in. And he went, oh, they found the E. I went, oh, you found out. I went, really balked. Fucking bad as a dog. And he went, I was only joking. I'll fucking kill you, you cunt. He's only about 22, 23. So the next minute, what I've done is, he said, when they come, they said, the manager of the port or the manager of the hotel went, we can't give you the key to them. Coppers, he said, we have to give it to the owner of the safe. And I went, okay. So he got the key, put the key in, opened it. And as he opened it like that, he grabbed all the money. I had about 1,500 quid or something like that. And he threw the money like that. So he had between us about £2,000, threw it on the bed. And they went, oh, they were looking at it. As he'd done that, he flicked the fucking egg on the floor and kicked him under the bed. Lucky as fuck. And then I'm sitting in, when he's telling me the story, I'm going, oh, what if the fucking women go around and clean up and find them? Oh, fucking nightmare. Worst fucking time I've had. So in the end, they went, we fine you £1,500 to me and £500 to them. So we had to pay this fucking money. Anyway, fucking next minute, they let us go because they said there was £2,000 worth of damage to the fucking quote to the place. Maybe a couple of broken bottles and tables or something. But we find out later on the owner of the place was the copper was his brother. It was his brother's pub. So anyway, we moved then from Palmer. We went to Magaluf. We went to BCM's in there, fucking dancing away. And then I went to see Chipper, who Sean knows, the Red Lion pub. He's a DJ from Middlesbrough. So we heard the music. And we met Andy Tomo was there, and Andy Tomo was there, and Lisa, who's with Liam Henry now. She was there. So we were there with people we knew, and it was the time when Ireland did well in the cup, the World Cup. So we're there with our own people because it was better. Anyway, we went in there and we went to BCM's. It was fucking massive. We stayed there, but we got away with the fucking ease. Fucking hell. So when I'm at this pub from Palmer, we went, obviously, they must have fucking checked us out with the English place. When I went, it was called the Red Line, the pub. So he goes in there and he went, I've worked on this island 12 years. And I've never fucking seen a dog on this island. You've been here. I've been there 2 nights, I think. I've been here 24 hours. There's fucking dogs in the fucking island, the Alsatians. And you fucking everywhere you go, you fucking cause nightmares, he said to me. He's like that, but he was laughing. Do you see Bram? I see Bram. You mean Bram, mate? Yeah, Bram, I see Bram, yeah. Quite a lot. He only lived around the corner from me. So yeah, and so me and Flea's there. We goes in there. And we had a great time. We ended up using £300 on his fucking phone. When you fucking big cunt, you blew because it was boring because it was sat in the fucking thing. But yeah, it was fucking boiling. It was good. But the World Cup was on. We used to watch only Fawlty Towers and that in different pubs on the daytime. But it was just full of Irish with the thing. But when we went to BCM's, it was mad. Rave club were off home and heads dancing about. Fucking massive. The biggest ever club I've ever been in my life. One of the biggest in Europe, I think. Yeah, and Ned Kelly, the Spanish player, fucking ruthless, mate. Yeah. When he said get in that fucking van, fucking hell, you're right. I was going, yes, sir, no, sir, fucking hell. The English player, I go, fuck off, you cunt, fuck off, you daft cunt. Not when you're looking down the fucking barrel of a fucking machine gun in your fucking face, about 6 feet away. You stretch your legs and all that shit. It was like something out fucking, remember him when he got caught, William Hayes, Midnight Express, it was just like that. Oh, fucking hell, we're going to get wiped out here. So he said, we're fucked. It's funny, it was funny when you look back and you think, fucking crazy we were. You wouldn't do it now. You went in this age, you'd just be fucking good. Yes, I throw all the fucking towels in the pot in the pool. The Germans were all going, fine, fucking all this shit. Yeah, Winky's a good lad as well. Really good lad. Winky's a friend of mine as well. And he's friends of Tommy O's son, little Charlie. He's the next up and coming boy, Charlie O. He's the boy, but yeah, him and Winky are the top 2 fighters, yeah. But they're both good lads. Know them both. One's ex-army, and one's ex-heavyweight heavyweight British champion. I saved him getting shot there, Winky, one night. Fucking load of lads from Ireland were going to fucking shoot him, and I had to go and see them. I went to his house. He was away, and they all went around his house fucking until he phoned his I fucked what to do. Our lasses in the house on loan. I'm in there, Germany. So I've gone round now and listen, fucking don't be doing this while he's away. Fucking anyway, I chased them all Irish lads, and I've got rid of them all from yeah, it's nice to help people, because most of the time people get in trouble. So the people talking shit. He said, she said, he said, she said. When you get to the bottom of some little wanker like the fake fucking scumbag like him, the shitbag there calling me fucking he's a bully, he done this, he done that, when all the good people are coming on and telling the truth. Never fucking bullied anyone in my life. I'm the first person, and Sean Dale will tell you, to jump in if there's somebody getting bullied. I've never ever got anyone bullied, and the amount of times that we help people with the furniture, and Sean, do you know where such and such? Yeah, I know it is. Straight around. You get that fucking stuff took back out of fucking that old man and mum's house. You get that car took back to such and such. You get down there and get that. You leave him alone. I never got paid for it. Just help people all the time. But you get the idiots who weren't even around when Lee was alive. Lee Duffy and Sean and me. Weren't even when they were alive, but they went about, 9-10-year-old at school talking shit. But his wife's come out now that he's working a full-time job now. So much for the so-called man who's going to be writing 100 books, working at a factory. His wife's admitted it now. Yeah, most people have all changed now. Yeah, most of them have changed. They're really nice people, but they can still fucking fight for fun. You can't be a great fighter for 10 years and then the next year be not a great fighter. You're always a great fighter. It's always in you. You're born with that. And you're born with them skills. You've got fast hands, fast feet, got a good chin, got a good fucking punch, whatever. You're born with them. You can progress a little bit, but you've got to be born with them type of skills. Like the top footballer, Ronaldo, you put him against any fucking beat him. He's George Best. Yeah, what do you call it? Fucking Ronnie O'Sullivan, snooker. It's pure skill. You don't learn that. You're born with it, and that's what they're there. Like Alex Higgins, unbelievable boxers. Like John Conte, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. They're legendary fighters because they beat the best at the best, because they were the best at their game. No, I know that, mate. I know I don't have to justify myself. I'm just saying, though, these idiots in the day wouldn't have a clue, wouldn't have dared do what we did, wouldn't shout their mouth off now behind computers. But in the day where you go knock on the door, they just phone the fucking police on you. They daren't say a fucking boot to your face. It's always on these daft things. And when you go and see them, go, it wasn't me on your computer, it was somebody else. I've grabbed people years ago, and I thought, you've been fucking slack. No, it wasn't me on my phone, I didn't, it's my brother. So he's trying to get his brother beat up. Instead of like just saying that I fucked up, I was drunk or whatever. I've had people say things about me and they went, I was drunk, Brian, I'm sorry. And I went, okay then, give it up, forget about it. It's forgot about it. But when you know they're just horrible fuckers. Won Christian Book Award Prize too. I don't understand that, mate. Oh, Graham Seed. Oh, yeah, great. Graham Seed's great. Yeah, I see Graham. Graham was here when they're all praying for me. And that horrible, horrible cow from the hospital who's the nurse saying, I murdered her brother from Hartlepool. And the police have said, Brian Cockerill knows where your brother is. I thought, what the fuck is wrong with you? So she then contacted Emma, spoke to him for about an hour. And Tony, our church leader, went and seen her. And the mum felt sorry for them and said, nothing to do with Brian. Brian's not to do with that. Didn't even know brother, never even heard him. Still don't even know him now. And then she fucking contacted, when I went to the hospital to get my operation, she went, oh yeah. I went, oh yeah. I said, okay, I thought it was just a normal nurse. You know, I was the one who contacted you, see, but the police have now told us that you know where the body is, and you've had something to do with the murder of me brother. This is me going. Oh, this is me in hospital just before I went for me op. I'm all jabbed up, waiting to go in, and she's talking about murders and all that. And there's all these people stood there watching. I felt fucking terrible. the fucking face went bright red. All the people are listening. I don't think this is the wrong place to talk about things like this. I went, give me that police officer's number and I'll phone him and I'll contact him. I'll fucking put this to bed. So I've lost it at the moment. So I knew she was fucking lying. So pretending, she said he went in, he had 2 little bits of gristle like that done in his neck. I wish I fucking did. And he was only in one day and he walked out of the hospital. Well, that's a fucking absolute bloody shit. You've all seen the state of me. So that was made up from there. He was a psychiatric nurse. Sorry, he was a nurse with psychiatric problems. And I spoke to a mate who was a barrister. He said, she needs reporting because if she's thinking even that, because she turned around and said to Humble, that's why I would never call Humble, because he found out. Humble found her saying that Brian Cockerill has murdered my brother, and Humble got all the information for me to prove it and done it, which I'm ever so grateful. So that's why somebody said I called John. I'd never called John in a million years or done it. Me and them, we think the world of them. And all that time I did the out and all these people with him. I would never do that, not in a million years. It's not me. If I've got a problem with someone, I'll talk to them on the phone. I wouldn't have it out on it, I'd do it on the phone. But, you're always going to have people talking shit. But anyway, she said that she can change the computers. So she read out all my fucking details on the internet and give it out, which is against the law. And then said, I can change with the old computers, I can put in a password where I can change it. I've done it before and I can do it again. I can change what's on his record and I can change it. And I thought, fucking hell, you're lethal, you. So imagine that, doing that to someone when she says, oh, like the blood group's A and it's B or something, or she changed it to like somebody's alleged to say penicillin and she says they're not. You know what I mean? Fucking Jane, she could kill someone. So Angel of Death, I called her. So she come on, like I say, making all this fucking shit up about me. Whole lies again. Crackers. Just to get notoriety, a bit of a name for herself. I've been in all the papers and everything about it and everything. Fucking, well, how come not one police officer or one cop has been in my house and questioned me over it? You're just making it up as you go along. Yeah, just don't like people telling their fucking lies. If you've got what to say and it's true, yeah, put my hands up to it straight away. But bullying people, robbing old women, beating kids up, putting babies in freezers, fucking insanity. If you'd done something like that, people like Sean, they wouldn't talk to me. They wouldn't have nothing to do with you. They would fuck you off because he's got family himself and kids, and he knows what I'm like for things like that. You're always going to get somebody putting you down when you're doing well as well. But like I say, nearly another 100 on here, so that'll be 850, I think it was. Was it 800? No, 842 people in 6 days. So tonight be like, you're talking to 1,000. By tomorrow it'll be 1,000 people in a week. I pushed the like button. I've never seen anyone got that. 1,000 likes in a week. Phenomenal. Unbelievable. 114, 120 still watching. This is the channel that's going down by the so-called enemies. They're going, his channel shit, no one's watching it. Well, like, what are these? Scotch Mist on here. Yeah, I like that one. 75 pence. How much for one? 75 pence. Well, I'll have the other one, he said. I've heard that in a different way. Respect Timmy B. Timmy's a great lad. Another great lad. Yeah, the only great thing about that idiot, that Irish fucking prick, poor Emma, calling her all these names, that lady was assaulted by 2 paedophiles trying to rape her. She went to court and won the case. She then went and stood up for women and told women. She went to Old Trafford. It's called Emma's story. You'll see her in a full, it's on about 10, 15 minutes. She was met by Sir Alex Higgins in Old Trafford in front of thousands of people. She did a speech on stage in front of thousands. Then she went to the churches in different parts all over the country, speaking up for women, battered women, relationships they were in. She spoke up to them and said, look, you need to leave the people, be a stronger person for yourself and your children. She went on to the speech all over the country. She did the speech and she got, like I say, an Urban Hero Award. What have you ever got? Fucking Shirley and Jamie and fucking Bull, fucking now just bullying people, horrible people, bullying a woman who's helped fucking thousands of women out there. to get their lives better and help people. And she went on the streets working to feed the homeless with Gram C. Gram C can improve 100%. He used to go there. She used to go on a Thursday. She used to go where they used to be at the Coliseum, Coliseum nightclub, and she used to be in the car park there feeding the homeless on the street. And she used to go to Middlesbrough doing it, and Stockton and Redcar, just getting out of a flat and doing it to help people. Never got paid for it, and just helping people. And these people calling their names, fucking disgusting. People she helped when they were struggling with money and everything, give them money, helped them fucking put up. And all he did is put towards his fucking heroin. Some people you just can't help in this world. There's shit on you. They're just horrible. There's loads of people out there, lovely people, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of people you think are nice and they're two-faced. There's 40 two-faced. And that's where me and Sean have always been on the same page. If I've got out to say it to Sean, I'll probably say, Sean, did you say that about that? And you go, no, come tell me who did it, and I'll go with him to the lad, and you'll find out. And that's how we used to do it. We'd say, right, tell me who it was, and I'll go around. Or he'll say, did you say this, Brian? Sean, no, I didn't. Let's go and see this fucking Tommy Smith, wherever. We'll go and see him. So what you said, I said this for. And that's the only way to get to the bottom of it. But these cowardly cunts that call you won't sit in the room with you, with someone else, and say, did you say that then? We'll say it now while he's here. They won't do it. They won't do it because the shit houses, they're only good on a computer, shouting their mouth off or on a phone, and pretending, and then they'll come, the same as that. They don't even show the face. They'll do it with false accounts. If I've got out to say, come on here and show me face and tell people, I don't go on false accounts. I don't even know who do a false account. I wouldn't want to know. Glenn Monmouth, hey, your brother, I hope you're okay. Are you back from Greece? He's in Greece. He's a lucky bugger. Colin Maguire. Paul, my new nephew, trains in the great lads. Tony Bella, another. Well, that's an idiot, isn't he? Tinfoil went, I interviewed Tony Bell, you'll give him $2,500. I interviewed Tyson Fury. I interviewed that one, this one, that one, all the fucking shite. Pure fucking. Now, if he'd have interviewed them, you know yourself, he'd have them on every fucking night on his page. This is when I interviewed Tony Bell. This is when he interviewed Tyson Fury. This is when he interviewed this one. It's all fucking cuckoo shit in a fantasy world he lives in. When his factory. I work in a factory. Well, we're still waiting for the Paul Sykes movie. Still hasn't took off. His ghost still living at his house, putting the willies up him. Poor old Matty Turner. Sean knew Matty Turner. He's a great lad. Great man. Tortured that man. But now what's happened to him? He's working in a factory now, so we've done our job. Matty's prayed. So Friday the night, I said, I told you I'd help you. He's in a fucking factory. He's like, now he's not going to be able to help no one else. And no one else will do another book in the world with him now. So he's finished, gone. We've done what we wanted to do. And we made him look exactly what he is, a scumbag. So now he's resorted to the worst thing you can do, bullying people on the internet. Team up with other smackheads. If you notice, like, nonsense stick together, grasses stick together, paedophiles stick together. Smackheads, they definitely stick there. You look at the smackheads, right, or on smack. Been on it for years. You just have to look at the teeth they're minging. So you look at them, the biggest policing forms in the world. Why? Because all you have to do is put them themselves. Like me and Sean work for loads of people. We would never work with heroin addicts. Never. No disrespect to them. If that's what they're on their own. But we'd never work with them because you know for a fact when they're in a cell, they can't help themselves. As soon as 6 hours are up, like, I'll tell you what was, I'll bang when they'll scratch on anyone. They even steal their own mum's purses and houses. So they do that in real life. And they do that to people, which I know for a fact he's done, this said person. And he does that because when you're on that, you can't help it. You've got no choice. No matter if it was me on it, you on it, him on it, it makes you that ill because you're shaking it out and you're fucking sweating and you get the fucking really bad cramps and everything. So they'll say anything, they'll make things up, do anything. They'll even sleep with other people. You've seen them, they'll sleep with anyone just to get drugs. Because the addiction's that bad. It's like when you take coke, you have like a line of coke, you have it. It makes you go euphoria, wherever you want to go. Fucking my eyes to make me paranoid. So you take it, but you only get psychologically addicted to it. You don't get physically. When you're on heroin, you physically need it every single day. Like you need water or food or bread or milk or whatever, sugar, whatever. You need food in your body. If you don't have food, then you're going to start breaking down. So when the heroin starts leaving the body, you need more. So you need to top it up. If you don't top it up, then you start getting a shake. That's what's called cold turkey, because you end up like a turkey with little pimples all over in the freezer. Well, like a turkey in the freezer. That's what's called cold turkey. And I've seen the state of them in jail. So you imagine what he'd be like, the amount of stuff he's fucking taking. I wouldn't even tell you the truth. I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemy to be like that. It's the worst thing in the world, having every day to get up and go, where am I getting my next bag of brown from? Where am I getting my next super text from? Where am I getting my next drugs from? It's a horrible thing to be on. I wouldn't like anyone to be on it. I wish anyone who was on it could get off it and keep off it, because life, when you get off things like that, is a different world. Like when I was on the coke all the time, the crack, I got off it, and now I've got a brilliant wife, I've got a lovely house, lovely people on here. I can come on here, talk to you all day long. I don't get paranoid no more. As soon as I go on that, I'd be back on it. I'd be bad. So I don't go on it no more. In fact, 4 years coming up, I've been off it. It was easy. It was easy when I got off it. I just kept saying to myself, keep off it. Then the days then turned into weeks, the weeks turned into months, and then now it's the months have turned into years. It's just never ever think about it. If I do think about it, it's just to say, thank fuck, I'm off that. Thank the Lord, I'm off that cat, that rubbish. You can't help no one when you're on drugs like that. You cannot do nothing. All you do is you're a slave to that drug every day. As soon as you wake up, you think, oh, I need some crack, I need this, I need that. So if you're thinking like that, it's like alcoholics. One drink's too many, a cow's never enough. They just have one drink, and it'll go on and on and on. There's nothing wrong with having a drink or getting smashed out your head every now and then, but not when you're on it every single day, as then it fries your brain. So then you're addicted to it like a drug. It is a drug. 151 minutes. Night, Simon. Thanks for night off-roader. Got to be up. Sean, love you all the world, son. Always there for you. Give Kath and the kids my love. Always there for you. You know that, brother. Always. To the day I die. You know that, mate. Official topic talk. Love the positive show tonight, Brian. Smash the like buttons. Yeah. When you're on state tomorrow, can you let us know? Because he's going to be out in that horrible Irish fucking, it's a fact. It's a fact. I mean, look at he done. He pretended that his own daughter had been threatened to be raped, 8-year-old. I swear my daughter's life, he's done it to us. And now we've all found out it wasn't true. So all that fucking lies, all that shit and lies we were sticking up for him and helping him, it was all lies. It's all fucking shit. All garbage. And the amount of people he's calling on Steve's live, fucking now you've never seen anyone as mentally deranged as him. I thought the Tin Man was bad. This fucker's 10 times worse. Calling everybody. I mean, everybody. Billy Moore, great lad, Billy Moore. Fucking slagging him. Every band he's on exposure. What's the one? John Humble. Every man his dog is called. But then he's got all the recordings, official topic talk. It's what you call poetic justice, because he was calling Steve all these horrible names. None of it was true. It was all made up lies just to get himself views. And now, when he was on hours, he wasn't getting the views. And what he was doing, he was coming on hours and he was blocking people, like you all know, taking you off and putting you on, taking you off, putting you on. And we were thinking of somebody else interviewing the channel, and all that time it was that bastard from Ireland. And Steve Max offered him out. The shitbag won't fight him. That's what you call a coward. A pure coward. Cowardly little shitbag with his little fat belly and his little dangly legs and his little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. How could you reach with them arms? How could you reach with them arms to Steve's face? Fucking, and Steve's got 14-year-olds on you. I know you wouldn't last 1 minute. It'd be over. I'm being generous there. Honestly, I am. Talk the talk. I can't walk the walk. Scream the scream. I can't fucking do nothing. The official topic talk's got all the evidence, all that's when it's coming from your own mouth and you're talking about someone and saying it and screenshots and everything, you're fucking dead and buried. You're dead in the water then, completely dead in the water. Everyone will think, fuck that. You're all going to walk away as soon as you see it. Honestly, God, I know Steve doesn't tell lies, and I mean I apologise to Steve because I really believe that prick against Steve, and I feel so ashamed and bad for myself and for his family. I beg forgiveness off there, the lad, and he forgive me, Steve. But I really believed what he was getting told because I thought he was a good lad. Like Emma thought he was a good lad. But we all get hoodwinked, don't we? So we're only human, aren't we? When you're nice to people, trying to help people, you seem to tend to believe people. But he's coming out with all these facts and evidence for it's all just fucking lies. I've seen all the stuff there, Steve. I've seen his paperwork and everything. There's not a thing on that man. Not a thing. He's helped kids where he lives down there. He's broke up paedophile rings down there, all over where he's from. Telford, I think he's from. He's been there, gone to different towns because the Indian lads help him against the other side. And he's gone in and broke them up. And he's got the police involved where they've been arrested. And these paedophiles have been took off the streets and rightly so. No one, there's no such thing as grasping a paedophile. You're doing the world a favour and doing society a favour. But when you're calling somebody something they're not, and he's a paedophile, he's a paedophile. When they usually shout that over and over and over and over again, it's the first word that comes out of their mouth. It means they're deranged, and usually they're talking about themselves. It's called mirror imaging or deflecting the blame onto you. He's a grass, he's a paedophile, he's a nonce, he's a prass, he's a nonce, he's a grass, he's a grass. That's all the sales here on because they're talking about themselves to get the shit off themselves. It's a tactic what they use in psychology. Like Paul's son. I agree, yeah. But when you've got the pure evidence, you can't. If somebody, it's like me sitting here going, I'm Brian Cockerill, you go, well, how do we know you're Brian Cockerill? Because people can know me, that's how you know me. If somebody else come on and say, if I come on here and say, my name's Timmy Smith, you go, oh, you're the fucking tax man. So you can't make people believe something that's there. But when people are coming on saying he's done this and done that, and they've got little bits of snippets and they take bits out and put bits in like the Tin Man does, it's all just shit. But there's no proof. That's why I've got all the newspapers out. That's why I've got more and more, tons more stuff upstairs. My other friend, Lee Watley, he's seen it all. Yeah. They fold like a fucking deck chair. That's what they fold like. Yeah, John Sweeney. John, you're right, mate. Just horrible. But calling them that name, calling people, you cannot get any worse than calling someone a paedophile or a nonce. It's the worst word in the world to call someone. But he just throws it out like somebody putting cups of fucking, like putting sugar in the tea. It's every second word, nonce. You fucking nonce your bacon, you nonce your bacon, you nonce your fucking sausage, you nonce your sausage. It fucking does me head in. It's like listening to a fucking 12-year-old kid with mental health issues. But when you're on heroin, you have got mental health issues because you mentally need it, because you're mentally deranged, because this body needs the heroin. And if you don't get it, you start going out robbing people, and you'll hear about the robberies, what they've done. I'll let the state tell you that. You wait to see what they've fucking done to get money. Him and his brother, you'll be fucking disgusted. It'll turn your stomach. And it's not bullshit. It's him talking about himself and his brother, what they used to do. Coming from his own fucking mouth. You thought you were clever with them, eh? Fuck bit off more than you can chew, mate, with that lady telling you more brains than you've ever got in your fucking life. Stood up for you and helped you. He was only on 300 subscribers, and me and Emma got helped him up to, we got about another 600 so he could get monetized, so he could make a few quid. And we got all friends were coming on here and giving him money and helping him all that time. And he was fucking being the rat. He was the rat in the camp all the time, being him with the Doyles. 2 Doyles were in with him. And then he was Mr. The Man in the Shed. He's in with him. All the brasses together. And he's trying to get poor Humble, but Humble's not fucking daft. John's not a fucking, John's as clever as fuck. John is clever as fuck. They're not fucking daft. We'll see right through his fucking bullshit. Pure bull. Got the right name, bull. Bullshit, fucking bull. Trying to cause trouble between fights for people as well. Saying he said this and recording him and then sending it to that one. You'll hear it all. Fucking terrible. Really bad shit's there. Hope everyone's okay. That Tony Bellew was a brilliant fighter. Absolutely brilliant fighter. I think he's a gentleman as well. I've never met the lad, but Emma knows people from down there who know him and said he is a gentleman. He's really nice. But it's always the ones who can fight. Like me when I bump into someone, so sorry mate. Even if they bump into me, I just pretend I bumped into them in a pub and I've spilled a drink. I'll get you a drink, it's my turn to get it. And you'll go, are you sure, Brian? Of course. And then they go, I only bumped into Brian Cockerill. Well, what did he do? Knock you out? I bought me a drink. He bought me a fucking drink. So it's nice that people talk about you in a nice way. So you don't have nothing to prove by getting kids, you can fight. That's not fighting, that's being a bully. When you go and fight people like they've never been beat, you go to different places and towns and cities and that to fight people who's never been beaten, who's the top fighters, you beat them, and then that's when your reputation goes up. You don't get a reputation going around just beating up kids in your own area. You only get a reputation when you start reaching out and going all over the place fighting people. To be in all them documentaries I've done, 5, 6, 7, I think there's about 8, and I've done about 12 for the little ones, like the ones Stephen Rafe and all the ones with Les Peacock, and I've been in about 15 documentaries. So why would I be in all these things if I didn't have that name? It's because they want you in there because they know you put bums on seats or people watch the TV if you're on there. Same as the McIntyre, I think it's 4.8 million or something. People watched it. Oh shit! Well, why is there nearly 5 million people watch it, Mr. Tin Man? Where's your so-called movie? You're still waiting for it. Still waiting for it. You'll never wait for the rest of your life because it's all shite. Simon Page, another great lad. Matty Taylor, what a legend he was, mate. Yeah, he's laughed his ass off now, and Matty, because he said to us, I was coming out of there. He used to talk the Great Lee Duffy, the Peter O, Tommy O, Anthony O, world champion, ABA champion, schoolboy champion, all them top people, Peter O and all them. So they all loved him to bits. And he's come on, conned that old man out of his book, what he did for his grandson, and stole every single penny off him. All he got us £50, 33 pence in 4 years off him. And he stole the lot and was fucked off somewhere else on the run, hidden in a police house, and lived working in a factory somewhere. His days is numbered, completely gone. Because everywhere I walk, I can walk with my head up. He's like that, hiding everywhere he goes. Hiding. I don't hide from no one. I'll run from no one. Rest in peace, Matty Turner. Yeah, he said to me, I was coming out the room there, walking down the passageway, and he grabbed my hand like that. He was on there, he was sitting in, he went, please use to. I'm not going to live much longer. This is about 6 months ago. He went, I'm not going to live much longer because the operation I had nearly up. He said, the only yesterday I had a year left. It should be silly old bastard. He's going to be here for fucking ever. Fucking be outlive us. Stop saying that. I got a bit upset, with tears in my eyes. And then Teddy went, stop talking like that. You've been fucking mad. You said, Brian, right? You'll be here fucking longer than both of us. And sadly, he hasn't made it. He's gone. But he said, but just please promise me you will keep fighting the fight. Fight the fight for me. Please keep fighting and prove to everyone what he is. And I think that's what we've done now. We don't have to do any more now because we've showed the whole world. That's why he's going to the factory. There's no box coming from us now. It's all gone. God bless you, Marty. Love you, mate. All the world. Little Teddy stood by him as well. Teddy was with us at the time. And he went, please, you guys, keep fighting the fight for us. So that gets full like Superman on laundry. What was that joke before? That joke, if I remember it. What was that joke? It's fucking funny as well. I can't think of it. It was funny all about Superman. I can't remember it now. I can't remember it now. It was funny. It was that was like Englishman, American, and Irishman on a building site. So they're at the top of this building site. Anyway, he says, what you doing? He says, oh, it's dinner break. He says, what you doing? He says, what you doing? I'm just going to jump off here. And what happens is you land down there on you land on a floating belt, but you can't see it. He went, stop talking shite. So the American jumps off, lands and hits the thing on the bottom. Perfect landing. Steps off the thing and steps on the floor. Anyway, the fucking American, the Irishman jumps off, goes straight off the roof, right to the fucking floor, smashed the piece and cut the fucking everything. And then the Englishman shouts to him, you can be a cunt you sometimes, can't you, fucking Superman? Yeah. I used to get a box in the house. He says, Dad, I think I'm pregnant. He said, are you sure it's yours? Paddy called me an ambulance. Says, Paddy is an ambulance. Paddy is an ambulance. Yeah. Okay, now, funny, all them old jokes are the best, man. That remember, fucking Les Dawson, all them, and Chubby Brown, and Bernard Mann, and all them, all the old Tommy Cooper jokes. License from the what? CAA. What's that mean? I don't know that. CAA. Shed has license from the CAA. I don't understand that. What the man in their head? I'm going to check that up. What the CAA means. CE. What was this? CNA. That was it. Remember that one? CNA. Get your show from CNA. And there was the other one, John Collier's. Remember that? That was another one. And there was Burton's. Used to get your suits from. Never had a suit on none of them. I used to get mine made. I used to get made off a tailor called. The first he can't be his name now. John something. Can't be his name from Newcastle. He lives in Sunderland now. He makes my clothes. Yeah, good. He got me clothes from Savile Row, but I only did it because the Crays got theirs from there. Aintree Racecourse. I've heard of Aintree Racecourse, yeah. Oh yeah, he's got no water. He gets a wet whitewash. How the fuck can you get? I use them when I go in the sunbeds, and I've in your arm a little bit, just a little bit. How can I not think about how the fuck can he clean himself with 2 wet wipes under your arms? You fucking stink. And like that stuff off them and that, it's not for your skin, really, is it? You need to clean fucking bits up, not your whole body. You need to get water, don't you? Water, hot water, soap on you, a wet wipe. Fucking that's all you is, a wet wipe. Give me dope, Joanna, or something. Yeah, put that on tomorrow night, mate. I would. Funny that. Yeah, that's because his missus went, he's making me take cocaine. So he's talking to a girl called Joanna. This was Christmas Day. And that's how Terry made that song up. Give me dope, Joanna. Give me dope, Joanna. Fucking funny. He's on the phone today, Terry. He's funny as. It's hilarious. And then he did one about fucking, the other one was funny about fucking Decker Higgy. It was fucking hilarious. All aboard the Dirty Decker Express. Ooh, woo. I'm rolling on the moment. I'm rolling down the track. And Dirty Decker's pulling on his bell end on the track. I know the gypsies are asking him, what was I can't remember it. He's fucking hilarious. The gypsies are asking, where's your DB check? Your DB check. No. I can't remember it all. It's fucking hilarious. Really good. They did loads of poems and all for the Tin Man. Scumbag, give him full poem about Lee Duffy, never give him a fucking penny, ripped him off. Then he said, well, if you do them, I'll do your book about Ruby. It was a little book about, like a garden about little snails and all that, and it was for his little daughter. Just little Ruby said, oh, I'm getting a book off my dad made about me. Told all the kids at school. And he said, you're not getting it done now. Wouldn't give Terry the book. Fucking scumbag. But we're living in a nice, lovely area. Got lovely people on here. His channel's shit. No one's going on it. He's got no books. He's got no documentaries coming. He's got nothing. He's having to get up in the morning every day and go to a fucking shitty dead-end job. Working in a factory, Chemical Oil. Chemical Alley, remember him? We shot down 55 planes today. We've killed 453 American soldiers. Fucking pure liar. I swear he should be over there. Chemical fucking Oil. Bullshit. I made a right fucking mug of him now, haven't I, with all these paperwork and all the proof for the books and everything. Made him a fucking stupid laughing stock of Britain now. And now Steve's going to do the same with the other one. Two laughing stocks. What's a fact? Nonsense, show me a bacon. I swear my daughter's life. Fucking no. Swears on his daughter's life, same as the other ones. This is the last time you'll see me on the YouTube. I'm never coming on again. 10 minutes later, he's back on another one. And he's not back again. Fucking deranged. That's the smack say. The smack makes them puddled. The brains. Fries the brain. If you take it too long, it just fucks your head up. Yeah, then migraines. But trying what it is, Reza, go and get a glass of water because 9 times out of 10 in your brain, 90% headaches, lack of water, son. So if you go and drink a pint of water slowly, just drink it slowly, within half an hour it should go away. It's just not no water in your brain, that's what it is. Your brain's 80%, 80% water. So if you don't put water in, your brain's pounding headache at the back, and that's where you get the migraines from, because it's just lack of water. That's why you see me drinking all day long. Just sip it all day long, water, and you won't get no migraines. It's just definitely lack of water. And sometimes tension, if you're sitting typing and stuff. If you're on your desk, get up every 20 minutes and just stretch your legs, just a little walk, 1 minute, go around the table, come back around, sit back down. It's only a fucking minute. It's not going to sack you over a minute. It stops you getting thrombosis and it stops your legs seizing up. I'm getting my legs are coming on really good. I've been doing these new exercises for my side, but still got injuries and things. But at least I'm getting up every day. I do them on the night. My training after they come on here. I'll have an energy drink. Not energy, sorry. I have a creatine, glutamine, a bit of an energy drink mixed in, glucosamine and creatine. I drink that, and about 20 minutes later, I train, and then I have a protein drink after that. Then I have another protein drink later on. So I'm doing that. So I think I'm just over about 18.4, some 18.5. So it's going up slowly, very slowly. So I want it to go up slowly because if you go up dead fast, you put a lot of fat in your waist. So I'm going up slow. I love. Hey, can't hear. I know I'm talking to the lad about water. It's for the brain. Yeah, that's what it is. He's lost of my vision. That's my left eye. Now my right eye's fucking starting to go. I think it's for looking at these fucking screens, the light. I think because it's false light. I think it blinds your fucking eyes. I think you've got to come off them. I think a lot of people, especially when you're typing and all that, typing on the computer, you end up fucking all sorts of problems in your scapulas and everything. That's why you should get every day. You should do a few stretches. And one of the best things in the world for you to do, not a hard thing to do. Get a bar. You can buy them. You can put them above your door and hang. Even if you've got a tree outside or something, hang off a branch straight like that. Just hang off there for 30 seconds and build up to about 2 minutes. You do that, I'll guarantee your bad shoulder, your scapula, your grip in your hands, your forearm, your shoulder, your neck, your back, your legs, your calves, your feet, everything will just pull the alignment back in. Because when you're walking on the floor, you're pressing down, it's compressing. So when you do that, you're decompressing, which is the opposite, where it really takes it off. So when you go to bed at night, you're smaller because you walk them out, your vertebrae are compressing down. When you get up in the morning, you're about half an inch taller than you are when you go to bed. So if you do that on a tree, what's happening? You've got all your joints in here and you've got little tendons and ligaments in your shoulders and stuff. So sometimes they get crossed over. It's like on a railway track that will come off. So when you do that you watch within about 2 weeks, you'll tell me I've had hundreds and hundreds go into that thing like you said, hanging off a branch, hanging off a thing. My hands have got stronger. I'm carrying like 3 and 4 bags of shot instead of one, struggling. And my legs have got stronger. Another one to do is if you can, if you've got nothing in your house, just get some tins in a bag. Or if you've got two weights, put them in your hands and walk around the bedroom or wherever you're at. Walk about for about 4 or 5 minutes with that weight. So you've got 20 key. You put them down, that's 20 key extra on your legs and strength. So when you put the 20 key down the next day when you get up, like say 20 key in each hand is 40 key. So when you walk around with 40 key less, you're a lot stronger and it strengthens your legs up. That's 2 just exercise to use what you can do. You don't need to do loads of things. As long as you're making your body put blood through your heart and going around, you're working. So that walk about with two dumbbells, or if you've got 2 bags of shot and do with that, walk about a couple of minutes and build up to 5 minutes and hang off the tree or hang off a metal bar for 30 seconds to a minute. I'm up to 5 minutes. I just do it 3 times a week now. And my shoulders come out. My shoulder was hunched forward like that. Everything was pulling forward because of obviously me sitting in the hospital bed and in pain. So now my shoulders have come back and my scapula is a tiny bit sore, but it's got probably 90% better than it was. But sitting at the computer like that, because you're in that same position all the time, you start setting, it starts It's like, you know, you get a jig on a car and you pull it and it pulls the line. It can be bent like that, the car. You keep every day, it'll just get straighter and straighter. That's what happens when you go on these, when you hang off a metal bar. Just a metal bar or anything you can take your body weight and hang off it. But the great thing is, it strengthens your grip up in your hands, your forearms. It pulls your elbows back out. It pulls your shoulder back out. It helps your traps. It helps your neck, your scapula. It does everything. So I did it for 2 weeks, and the difference was unbelievable. No pain, a little bit in that scapula on the right, but it was like, oh, when I did that I'd make that noise. It was that bad, terrible, because it's the alignment's out. So all you're doing there is like being on a traction. You know, when you go and you get your leg, it's putting traction, and they pull it, and it pulls it back in. That's all it does. So it's hanging off a bar. It's one that I've checked it up. It's one of the best things you can do for helping yourself. Paul Williams, is that the doctor you're on about? Paul Williams. Don't know who that was. Is it the doctor? Who's the doctor from Stockton? I know him very well. Paul Williams, the doctor. He was a Conservative. Oh, what the fuck is he? Labour MP. Is that the one you're on about? Yeah, hydration's the first key of all. Yeah, it is really good. Yeah, if you keep fit, if your body's fit, the first thing you've got to get fit, the most important thing to be fit is your brain. Get your head right. Once that's right, then you get them in sync. So healthy body, healthy mind. It's the same thing. But you've got to have a healthy mind to get a healthy body in the first place. So you got to get your mind right. Get in the gym, do a little bit of training. Just start off very easy. Do 10 press-ups a day, 10 sit-ups, 10 squats off a bench. Carry the little couple of weights in your hand, walk around with them. Do a little couple of curls, buy a couple of, you get them training bands for a tenner. That's all you are in Sports Direct. You can't hurt yourself. If you're bench, you lay down your bench. You don't have to lay down a bench. What you do, you stand up, put it on a post behind you, and press, hold it, come back, press. You can do flies, you can do side laterals, you can do bicep curls, you can do shoulders, you can do back, you can do upright rowing, you can do squats, you can do everything with them elastic training bands. Most of them top bodybuilders now go on competitions. They all take them backstage, but they take them when they go on holiday, so they go abroad, and then they'll shop maybe 2 5-key dumbbells in the suitcase, and they just do sets of 25, maybe do 300 reps straight off, and their fitness levels go through the roof. Our blood pressure's gone right down. 120 over 90, I think it was the other week. It was 170 when I was on the gear. I've gone right down. I think 120 over 80 is perfect, but it's not bad, is it? So nearly 60-year-old with all the injuries and the medication I'm on. Tiger Balm. Yeah, Tiger Balm is good for you're right. Tiger Balm is good for relief. It's really good. But I think the best thing in the world is to stop you getting it is make sure you got water in your body. You need about 6 pints a day for a man, maybe 4 for a woman a day every day. But if you're struggling from headaches, best thing you should do in the morning is get up and have 2 of them, drink one slowly, then drink one quick straight off, and then drink the other one slowly. So then you've got 2 bottles of water in your body straight away, which is like a litre of water. That starts you off when you go to the toilet for pee and everything. And also, if you don't know this, that when you haven't got enough water in your body needs to pee every 4 hours. If you don't pee every 4 hours, you can damage your liver. So you can damage your kidneys. So you're best peeing. But what you can do is when you're going to the toilet to go for the number 2 and you can't get past it, because what happens is the water then, because they're going to need to go to your kidneys, your kidneys will draw the water out of your intestines and go into your kidneys because they need to pee. So therefore, when you try to go to the toilet, you can't push it because your stool is dead rough and hard. So it's like pushing like clay. So clay can't go through your intestines because there's no water in your intestines. So that's why people can't go to the toilet. Oh, it's worse. Really bad. One of the worst things you can do is not go to the toilet because the toxins that are in, like say when you poo in the toilet, that you're getting rid of the wastage. The pee, what you're peeing, it all smells, as you know. It's all poisonous. So they're getting that the kidneys are cleaning the toxins out, and your bowels are cleaning the toxins out. So if you keep them in there, they turn into sewage like in a drain. And if you haven't poo for, like some people don't poo for like 2 weeks, that sewage is in there. You come out in spots, you come out with headaches and busted eggs, all that toxins in your system. You regularly need to go to the toilet, really, really every day. Keep going, but don't strain, because you can end up rupturing yourself. The bowel can, your problems and everything. So you end up with hemorrhoids and everything through straining. So it's lack of water when you can't poo. Colin, I live near Oxford, going to the pub for 40 years. Sorry, mate, I'm feel okay. Yeah, Simon Page. What's that? Right, I think I'll stop tonight. It's 2 hours 20 minutes. Knackered now, getting a bit. My eyes are stinging like mad.
I think something going around here.
I think there's been a few. I seen United Stan last night. His eyes were running like mad. He said it's a summer cold, with the weather being boiling and then going freezing cold the other day. And we were driving, and the windows were open the car as well, so the wind can hit your eyes and make you bad. But a lot of people have got summer colds. He was on the night. It was the exact same as my eyes pouring and nose running. And he said the same. He said he's had it for about a week.
Yeah, it's not good. I've got like a massive tiredness over here as well.
My side start really hurt now, so I'm gonna have to stop. 20 minutes, guys. That's a good enough for you, isn't it? Don't forget to push the like buttons if you can before we go. We need 4 like buttons, which is the thumbs up, just to give us the 100 to do the trolls heads in. And don't forget, official topic talks on tomorrow. I'll text you when he's on, and you can always, even if you don't got mine, you go on his tomorrow. You can always go on his tonight. Have a look at last night, and you'll be astonished what Steve's got. He's a lovely lad, a proper genuine lad. Lovely Peter and his wife are lovely human beings. And like I say, me and Emma, I apologise to Emma, but Emma never said no about him. But I didn't believe. I believe that fucking idiot, and obviously I apologise to that, because if you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. If it makes a man put their hand up and say, "Look, I got it wrong," what means to you? Cool, really good lad.
Never answered him all today.
No. Well, I never answered him myself. I didn't. I used to be on stage every day. I stopped going on stage through him, listening to his fucking evil, twisted. Yeah, he's so good at convincing.
He couldn't convince me. Well, you weren't around. You weren't hearing it all, were you?
No, I never heard it all. I just obviously I don't really. I've never been on his. Tell you so. Just I went on to help him, try and get him the subscribers, which we did. And then I think he's been in cahoots with these certain people for a long time myself. But you live and learn, don't you guys? But right, thank you for listening to me and Emma. I'm going to bring on the mayor's stuff tomorrow. Ooh, and yeah, the so-called mayors I never got charged for. So, and I went to jail. I was in remand for a couple of them. So, right, I'll get on here. No. Piss at me now. Fucking mad it is.